Extreme night temperature detected.
Alrighty then. How we all doing today? Alright, let me just get situated here real quick. Got most of my stuff already together, so it shouldn't take me too long. Just gotta make sure everything's charged up and ready to roll. Alright, welcome to the stream. I am Remington Reeves, and this is part 9 in our series of No Man's Sky. And we're gonna pick up where we left off in our adventure. And just to double check my notes here, that's the phone ringing. Alright, let me check in here and see what's going on with these guys.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Alright, looks like Wanker Bob wanted the circuit boards, that's correct. Can't do the circuit boards just yet, because Dingleberry here, he wants us to get the sac venom from Bloodsbane. Then he'll give us the circuit board. Which, yep, that's in the notes. And cores again. Skyward extract. Alrighty. And still looking for a farmer. Let's take a look at our utilities, make sure everything's charged up before we go running around getting lost. So we're doing pretty good. And I don't think there's any materials that we can throw into our storage unit. So we're pretty much good to go. So we'll go ahead and break orbit, and we'll do a couple quick planet scans just to see what the neighboring planets have, but I got a pretty good idea that they don't have what we want. So we're probably gonna have to use our last warp cell and do a jump into another system to find what we need to make these guys happy. And that is not on our list. See if I can recombobulate myself here. I think this is only a 3-planet system, so we're probably not going to find anything that we want, that is. So let's go ahead and bring up the galaxy map and see where the next location is. Five-planet system. or the Atlas interface? That's a tough call because we only have really one warp cell. I guess we'll have to go to the 5-planet system, and that way we can check and make sure that worst case scenario, if we can't find the items we need, hopefully we'll be able to find what we need to make a warp cell. It doesn't look like that guy has what we want, so we're gonna have to find a different one. Sure, no, that's the, okay. To be honest, I'm not even sure if a planetary scan is going to show us the items that we want, but I figure better safe than sorry. We've already discovered this, so we've been here already. Alright, it doesn't look like they're showing us the Bloodsbane or the cores again. So we're just gonna have to go for whichever one we feel that might give us a better opportunity in discovering those things. So let's go somewhere. I believe there was 2 of these said we weren't there yet. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out this guy here, and maybe we'll get lucky and that'll have some of the plant life we're looking for. Because I'm pretty sure that's what they are, is plants. So they might not show up under the planetary scan, because I think the planetary scan is generally for the minerals. So we'll see what happens. And hello, Stevie Cook, how are you, sir? I am doing well. Thank you, thank you. Running a little behind schedule, but that's probably normal for me. I'm always late for everything. I see liquid, that's a good sign. I'm hearing rain. That usually isn't a good sign. It hasn't been a good sign for us since we started the new No Man's Sky. So we'll have to wait and see. I was hoping to see a little bit more vegetation than we currently are looking at, but who knows? We might still get lucky. Here's some knowledge stones. Knowledge stones are always good. I like the knowledge stones. It helps us learn the language for all the lore that we can pick up as we go through on our adventure.
Extreme hazard added.
And we're in a Viking system, which means any kind of puzzle we might get, we're supposed to be aggressive. Generally, the aggressive response is the correct response for them.
Toxic protection falling.
And I guess that was the wrong response. Hey, Redbeard, how's it going, man? Yeah, a little late for me to peek up and see you. I wish they would actually show you those things. I'm a little bit, I don't want to say mad, but I just think some of the stuff that they describe in those things sound really cool, and if they actually enacted them and you got to see that happen to you, it'd be pretty neat. Yeah, I'm all about the wrong choices. Well, we just warped into this system, and it said that we were already here. It's a 5-planet system. I thought we were heading into the direction that, I thought we were heading in the direction we haven't been yet, but I guess I must have came back again in the wrong direction. But it did say that there was, I think, at least 2 planets that I saw that we haven't been to yet. So we're still trying to find our Corsigan and our Bloodsbane, which I'm thinking that they're probably plants and may not show up under a planetary scan. And I got giant ladybugs trying to eat my spaceship. So if I take off and enter into orbit and blow up, we can blame these things. That guy, I must have parked on top of him. I think he's trying to eat me. Alright, so we burnt that monolith down to the ground, apparently. So we'll do some scans. Oh, there's a question mark not too far away. Well, maybe we'll get lucky and check it out. The venom sacs comes from the blood vein and are found on moons, says Redbeard. Well, we might be lucky because I think we might have a moon in this system. We can take a look. Well, I really don't need those materials, so I'm not going to worry about the landing there. Let's go ahead and hit the gas a little bit and cruise a little further up the road here and see what we can find. And if we don't find anything promising relatively quickly, then I think I'm going to take my Redbeard's recommendation and wisdom of looking on the moons, and we'll break atmosphere, go back up, and see if there's a moon here that we can check out and maybe get lucky. That icon that you're seeing there is supposed to be an available base, but I think I'm pretty content with the snow planet we're on currently. The snow planet that we're currently on with our base seems like it's been the best planet that we've managed to hit so far for a base where we're not getting killed by something. So I think we're going to stay with that. But this planet here is looking pretty rough. So I think we'll go ahead and break orbit. Oh, question mark. 30 seconds. Yeah, we can do that. Alright, we'll check this question mark and then we'll break orbit. Because I really don't think we're going to find much here. Yeah, it's nothing that I'm really concerned with. Alright, so let's go ahead and shoot up into orbit and see what we can find. Unfortunately, I think I don't have moons here. Let's check the galaxy map. The galaxy map will tell us if we have any moons. It says 5 planets, but it doesn't specify moons, so I'm going to assume we don't have any moons. Hey, Catlock, Jackson's back. How you doing, brother? Yeah, I ran a little bit later than I wanted to today, but that's, I guess, common. Excuse me a second here. I think I'm going to sneeze. Don't know where that came from. Well, unfortunately, the next jump is a Atlas interface, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because there can be planets and moons around the interface. It just never really tells you. But we have to make some warp cell fuel for the hyperdrive. So let's take a look and see how our materials are doing in that department. Because I have a feeling we're going to have to probably make some stuff. Suspension fluid, zinc. So we need a suspension fluid and zinc. I think we might be able to snag them from the space station. So let me just float here. Is that it there? Yep. Alright. Hey, it says condensium. Excellent. Well, we know where we can get that now. We need cores again. I'm sorry. You're so happy, Catlock. Why are you so happy? What happened today? You had an awesome day? It is still Wednesday, so it's the middle of the week. That's pretty awesome if you're doing great and it's the middle of the week. A lot of people tend to start getting burnt out. So if you're just joining us, we're heading over here to the space station so we can try to see if we can pick up some materials to make a warp cell so we can jump into the next system. We're on the hunt for some Corsigan and some Bloodsbane, which my good friend Redbeard told me that we should be looking for the Bloodsbane on the moons. So since there's no moons in this system, we're going to try to go into the next system to see if we can find some. All to appease guys who are supposed to be working for me, but apparently I do more work for them. Catlock says, I always get really happy when I hang out with my girlfriend. She never fails to make my day just awesome. That's pretty darn cool, man. It's good that you're in a good relationship that you're happy about and look forward to. Not everybody is so lucky. I hope that means you spoiled her for Christmas. I got a little bit of a wait here on the way to the space station. I don't think they'll let me. Pulse engine's offline because of fuel. Well, we might be able to fix that. Let's take a look. There you go. We don't really like waiting, so throw some iron at it. I gotta slow down because unless I approach the main hangar entrance on these things, I generally whack the side of them and then it throws me in the middle of space. Because I'm a terrible driver. Oh man, that flash just totally blinded me. Where are we going? There it is. Yeah, those jumps into the system just kind of blinded me there for a minute. Stream is doing much better than yesterday, and yes, I always spoil her just to see her smile. Well, that's awesome. Means you're doing a good job. Alright, so we're here to see if we can find ourselves some materials to make a warp cell. So we can go to the next system since this system is not yielding what we want. We do need to keep an eye on some Gex. He says navigator. So I'm not sure if he's going to be a farmer. But we do need a farmer for our base. And he's construction. Sorry, dude. Wanker Bob's doing a bang-up job at the moment, so we're not hiring. But I'll keep you posted. I was holding on to this Corvax cube, but I think I'm going to go ahead and sell it. Hopefully it won't turn around and bite me in the butt later. And we're going to go ahead and look and see, and there's a suspension fluid. So we'll go ahead and pick that up and see if there's... Yeah, there was zinc. I just wasn't paying attention. Alright, we'll pick up the zinc. I don't think that's quite enough zinc. I think we needed 50 zinc, so we're probably going to have to take a look at the captains out in the bay, and hopefully we can snag one up and get a little bit of zinc to top us off to make that sell and get the hell out of this system. Navigator, I thought it said perfect. I already jumped into a new system. As soon as I got on, I ran into the first system I could because I knew that I wasn't going to find what we were looking for in the other system. Corporal Ach. Alright, let's see if he has what we want. And he does. He does have some zinc. He wants a little bit of an overhead on it. Oh, that's selling. We want buying. That would have sucked. There we go. Still has zinc. And he has quite a bit of suspension fluid too. We'll pick up a spare just in case. I know once we get into the Atlas interface, they're going to give us 2 warp cells anyway, so I don't want to buy all his stuff when they're going to give me some free stuff, because there's nothing like free stuff. So we go ahead and make our vapor, and we go ahead and make our antimatter, and there's our warp cell. And we still have enough, so we'll go ahead and make the next vapor. But we're shy on Iridium. Alright. We'll take a quick peek back in here and see if he has that. And we'll have 2 warp cells ready to rock and roll. And he does. Looks like he's selling it cheap too. Nice. Alright, crank it out. There we go. And top off for gas tanks. Multi-tool's good. And we need a little bit of life support. Yeah, we have some. Alright. So let's go ahead and hop in our clunker here, the Magic Mystery Machine. We'll bring up our galaxy map. And we're following the red line, which is an Atlas. So we'll go ahead and jump on that and watch the beautiful light show. So Catlock, you done all your Christmas shopping? You're good to go. Don't need to go out into the madness anymore and worry about looking for crazy stuff like Hatchimals and Nintendo Classics or any of that crazy stuff. Me personally, I'm almost done. I just have to get 1 gift card, and then I need to get a little package of cards themselves. Might have to pick up a little bit of wrapping paper, but other than that, I just got like 1 more item to pick up. No big deal. Not a hot item, so it's not like I'm gonna have to fight to get it, which is always nice. I actually did something a little different this year, and I actually started my Christmas shopping super early. There were some items that I wanted to get for people, and I was pretty sure they weren't going to buy them themselves. So I actually started my shopping like way back in March. And I did a little bit every month. Kept everybody in the loop as far as the parents were concerned on what I was doing. And that way my wallet didn't have to hurt so bad during the month of December, since I spread it out throughout the year. Alright, bear with me just a second. I like to try to run around and get all these globes here and learn these words if they have any. I do feel like they toned down the amount of words they give you in here. Steve is your real name. It's got Stevie Steve, Steve the Catlock, and Stevie Cook. Hey Redbeard, welcome back, my friend. We just made some warp cells and managed to warp to the Atlas interface, which was our next jump. And I'm just collecting all our little globes real quick to see if they're going to give me some words. Excuse me. Yeah, that's right, you're in survival mode, so you have to find landing pads so that way it's free. It doesn't cost you an arm and a leg for taking off and stuff. You've never been where I'm at? This is called an Atlas interface, and when you follow the Atlas path, eventually, after every couple jumps or so, you end up in this giant space station with what is called the Atlas. And basically you can run around, and the reason I like doing the Atlas path is because all these globes give you tons of languages, and then they usually give you a schematic here, and then they'll give me some warp cell fuel as well, and then they'll give me an Atlas stone, and I believe it's 13 Atlas stones is what you need. So when you get to the end, you can turn your Atlas stones in and you get some sort of kind of an ending, but not really. Maybe some answers, but not really. The biggest key about this though is much like Nada and Polo, they want you to have your milestones at certain levels. So if you get here too early and you don't have your milestone level, they kick you out and make you come back later, essentially. So it's always good to try to stay on top of your milestone levels as you go, so you don't have to worry about that. That stinks. They put you on an awesome planet, but the Sentinels are buttload crazy. Yeah, it's a hard choice. The Atlas path is a lie, don't follow it. Slow down here for a second, and I'm gonna go ahead and top off my warp cell fuel since I'm here, and I'll scan the planet here and see what's condensum, aluminum, copper, iridium. Now, they don't generally tell you what is in the... Oh, I accidentally got sucked back into the Atlas interface. They don't generally tell you what is in the system when you go to an Atlas interface. It just says Atlas interface. So sometimes you get lucky and there will be other planets and moons and things like that that you can check out when you're at the Atlas interface. Unfortunately, since they don't tell you what is in the system, you kind of have to find it on your own. But it looks to me, and I'll do just a quick barrel roll once I get out here again. I'll get a little further away from the Atlas. It looks like it might only be that one planet and the one space station, so it looks like we might be boogieing out of here too, because after the orbital scan, as you can see, it doesn't have what we want. So, and I'm not seeing any moons or other... Well, there's one. Go to Remington. We'll follow the line some more. And that might be it. Just the two. Top off on iron a little bit just in case we get jumped by some pirates. Since I'm not seeing any freighters, well, there might be, but they're behind me, so we're going away from it. Less chance of pirates, I would think, if you're away from the freighters. What happens when I go to my map? Well, I'll show you. If I bring up the galaxy map.
Orbital station coordinates received.
Now there's a new Atlas interface to go to. And if I want to, I can continue following the red line to the next interface. But as you can see, it does not tell you what is in the Atlas interface system. And as we noticed, there was 2 planets there, but they don't tell you that there's 2 planets there. But since they aren't what we want, we'll just go ahead and hop to the next system. I see 3 planets. 3 planets. 4 planets. Obviously they're way too far away because I got the entry level bucket of bolts. I can't do more than 1 jump at a time right now. So we'll go ahead and jump to this one. We don't have much of a choice. 3 planets. We'll see what's there when we get there. Now, just like in you know, any other mode, if you're not chasing the Atlas path, you can go, like I can go into free space right now and go whichever way I want. And sometimes that can be a faster way than following the path itself. Catlock wants to know, do you play any musical instruments? No, not really. I've played around with things like a guitar and piano, but I've never actually learned how to play. So I more or less probably have like a couple songs that I know just because of like memorization, but like I haven't read music since music class in grade school or anything like that. So I would be the last person you would probably want to ask to serenade you. And I see we got a couple of newcomers that jumped into the stream, so welcome to the stream, guys. I am Remington Reeves, and as you can see, we are playing No Man's Sky, and we currently are on the 9th episode of our series. and we are chasing down some rare material for our employees on our base. But this lucky little fellow happens to be Polo. And Polo and Nada are going to tell me not to help the Atlas, but we haven't quite figured out why. And it looks like we haven't made enough money to make Polo happy. So that's a first that's happened to me. Let's see what's going on with Nada. Hey, KK Monkey, how are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. Redbeard says he's tried the flute when he was in 5th grade, but found out he has no ear or eye and don't know how to read the music notes for music. Yeah, reading music can be a little bit tough. Give me some resources, please, Nada. Aeration membrane theta. That's actually pretty good because I don't believe we had any of the breathing apparatus for underwater yet. Let's take a look at the multi-tool. For those of you that have been here before and maybe you've not noticed, but there's always usually a tool here. So it's always nice to take a look because as you're working on your upgrades, you should take advantage of every possible chance they offer you one. Unfortunately, this time it looks like that tool is not that great. Catlock says that he is a pro-level alto sax player that plays the bassoon and has perfect pitch. Redbeard says that he tries to avoid coming here too. So you do a lot of free roaming then, I would take it, Redbeard. So, Monkey, is this your first time joining the stream? I don't recall seeing your name. And it looks like there's some aluminum, iridium, and heridium on Isunkuya. That's a tongue twister. Alright, there's another body next to us here. What's that? A Fetty Olund. No. There's a resource deposit on this particular planet. We might have to go check that out regardless. Emerald, nickel, and heridium. And it's probably a heridium deposit is what my guess would be. That's a hard choice. Now you see how beautifully green that the sky is here? I kind of find that to be nice sometimes, but at other times I kind of wish they didn't do that. And I did try that black mod that they had, and I kind of liked it. The only problem is that with the mod you would still have like variations in the color and certain things would be off and they would have auras about them and things like that, and because it was a mod they couldn't quite get rid of all that color, and therefore I thought it would just look better to go back to the color version versus the modded version, and so I ended up uninstalling the mod. But that was back on the old No Man's Sky videos that I was working on. Usually the resource deposit is titanium, but not always. We'll find out, because I want to go hit it up. I kind of don't like wasting warp cells for no reason, although we are following the Atlas path, so it doesn't much matter about not getting anything in this system. I just think it would be nice to try and at least get something out of the system since you're there. That was a first. Thank God we got to get away from the pirates. And let's slow our roll down a little bit here. And this planet isn't looking too bad. It's got some plant life, which is a good sign. And yeah, unfortunately this one's Iridium. But we could always use some Iridium, so we'll take a little bit. It beats spending money on it. Catlock wants to know, have I ever read Robert A. Heinlein? No, sir, I have not. What are some of the titles of the books that he wrote? I may have read them and just not known it, if you have some titles in mind. There goes that sticky thumbstick. At some point this weekend, I'm gonna make some more changes on the setup. I'm gonna go ahead and try to see if I can get my Xbox One controller working instead of using this generic Logitech. And I also started to look back into pimping out the stream, so I'm working on getting my Nightbot back to moderate the chat channel, so that way if we ever have any unsavory characters come into the chat, the Nightbot can take care of them. And I'm also looking on trying to set up my restream, so that way I can simulcast to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Possibly pulling some new subs from Twitch that might not be YouTubers. That looks like actual mineral, not a processing plant. I'm actually kind of anxious to start utilizing the mining tools that they let you build from the based upgrade. But I'm probably gonna have to watch a video on somebody else, like BW or something, and see how they actually are doing it, because I don't know if I can drop it on a planet and leave it there and have it automatically picked up or any of that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of curious on how that system's gonna work. Catlock says Starship Troopers, Stranger in a Strange Land, The Rolling Stones, Farmers in the Sky. I haven't read any of those, no, but Starship Troopers I have watched the movies on, and I enjoyed the movies. And although the movies are generally not the same as the book, I still enjoyed the story. The auto miners, yes sir, that is what I'm talking about. We'll go ahead and dump some stuff in the ship. Oh, there it is. I parked it in a tree. Don't take any screenshots.
No free slots in ship inventory.
Yeah, that's generally the way it goes, Catlock. Not too often do you actually end up with a movie or a TV show that does justice to the actual written work. One that really disappointed me was World War Z. World War Z is actually one of the few books that I own, because I don't really read a lot unless I have to, or it's educational stuff. And they more or less butchered the hell out of the book for the movie. Now, I still did kind of enjoy the movie because I am a zombie aficionado. So I liked it nonetheless, but the movie and that book are really, really different. They almost pretty much just bought the name on that one. Redbeard says they slowly fill up, usually 10 to 15 units, then you have to physically remove the mineral for it to start up mining again. Oh, that kind of stinks a little bit, I guess. I mean, if you find an area that has several nodes, you know, like high quantity nodes, um, and you're going to be in the area for a little bit, and you have stuff to hold the capacity of all that stuff, then that's not too bad. But me, I'm kind of a hopscotcher. Ooh, that was quite a bit of titanium there. Let's go ahead and save this and take a look and see what we got. There's some atrium. There's an animal over there. At some point, I think I'm going to have to probably turn in all those scans, because I've yet to really turn any of my scans in. Oh! Redbeard Vine. Redbeard says BW has an emerald deposit behind his base, so he's got a couple there, and he collects them when he's home. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking, if I'm lucky enough. Oh, wow. I can't get in there, I guess, huh? That's the first time I've seen a door that they won't let me shoot. Diamond Nation, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Yeah, I hate whip vines, man. Whip vines are a mess. Let me see if my bolt caster. Yeah, the bolt caster will do it. We'll get in that door. We're about ready to have some one-on-one action with some drones here. Ooh, that hurt. See if I get this door open a little quicker, and that way I can turn these sentinels off before another squad comes. Here we go. A laser scan refracts through my visor, then another traces the air around my breathing exhaust. My gas concentration levels don't match the warrior standard. Use the exosuits to increase gas concentration or decrease gas concentration. This comes down to you guys. You got to tell me what to do, because I have no idea. So guys, go ahead and whoever wants to key in on this, let me know, and I'll hit it and see what happens. Hopefully we don't blow up. Plasma launchers would do the job faster. I think I have the plasma launcher on the new multi-tool. We'll have to pull that up and take a look at it. I haven't had it on any of the previous multi-tools, so I haven't been accustomed to using it just yet. Nice. 50-50 chance, yep. Pretty much. At this time, let's go ahead and welcome the new guys to the stream. Thank you for joining us. This is Remington Reeves, and we're in series, or episode rather, 9 in the series. And currently we're trying to track down Korsigan and Bloodsbane to appease our masters that we supposedly are the boss of, but yet do everything for. It is Wanker Bob, Dingleberry, and Dung. And they think they own me, seriously, and I'm getting tired of it. I'm about ready to fire them and hire some new people. Alright, so far things have been fairly productive. We managed to pick up a handful of new schematics from this planet, so not a total bummer. Redbeard says, good job! Thank you, sir. Farmers, not yet. Farmer John's been ducking and dodging us. I think Wanker Bob's talking smack, and Farmer John's hiding because he doesn't want me to put him to work yet. Another new schematic, not too shabby. And another schematic. Now if I could just find some exosuit upgrades as fast as I'm finding these schematics, I'll be happy. But we do have another point of interest up here. It's not too far away. There's actually more than one. There's one here and there's still the question mark. So we're doing fairly reasonable. Yeah, Farmer Gek, I thought I might have gotten lucky in the past couple times I've ran across a couple Geks. I thought maybe I'd check them just to be safe, even though their names didn't look like they would be farmers, and unfortunately they weren't farmers. They were still construction Geks. And so, no Farmer John yet. I'll wait till this milestone passes and then we'll check this terminal out. Alright, so I'm pretty sure, and I'm just going to double check, yes, we do have an Atlas V1 pass, and this... Well, I thought it just said we needed a V1 pass. Maybe it was something else. Gotta stop smoking that crack. Seeing stuff. Thermal layer. That's nice. Here we go. Something new. Weapon. And this side's just an empty side, I guess, right? Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our way back to the ship and head towards the, that question point. It's for the canister next to the terminal. Oh. Yeah, there it is. Alright. Thank you, Redbeard. Appreciate that. Let's go ahead and open that up. And it's a suspension fluid. Excellent. Now, my curious self wants to know... No, it didn't take away our V1 pass. Alright, so I must have just been a retard and lost the other 3 that I've made so far. Hopefully I'll get lucky and I won't lose that one. And we're off. I need to, yeah, that's what I figured we'd probably be empty. So let's go ahead and fill that up real quick.
Technology recharge. Technology
We're gonna have to find some plutonium too. That looks like it's an exosuit. And there's some plutonium. Excellent, doing good. Still think she was losing them. It's possible I was losing them when I died in space. Yay! And 10 grand, I'll take it. Only if there was like 10 more of these bad boys right next to me, I'd be happy. I thought I just, oh, I reloaded, I didn't switch. Alright, let me switch over. There we go. Pick up some of this plutonium so I don't have to worry about not being able to take off. I thought I saw a nice big spiral of one. And that is a two-tail hyena finback. What's that? Oh, it's a larger thamium. No, I don't want you bugging me. Go away. Stop making noise. Leave me alone. Take off, hoser. Get away. So far, this planet's turned out to be a pretty good planet. Found a exosuit upgrade. Picked up multiple schematics. So far, I'd say we're doing pretty good so far on this planet. I want to call it a mother load. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and hit the gas a little bit. And we'll just float through here for a minute, do some scans, and see if there's anything that pops out. Oh, I see Diamond Nation had to call it a night and boogie out. Well, it was nice for you to stop by and say hello, Diamond Nation. I appreciate the visit. And I hope you enjoyed your time with us here in the stream. And look forward to seeing you in many more streams. I definitely got an itch to get some Rocket League streaming in. But I want to get a hold of my friend Angry Man Duke. And since we had a blast, and I can't believe we streamed for 6 hours, I want to do another Rocket League with him. And this time I'm going to make sure that we don't have to worry about any of the music infringement baloney. So we can actually keep our stream up on the channel. Ooh, I just whacked my arm on the table here. Now, for a minute there, Catlock, I thought his name said Ensign Fail. It must be that dyslexia that's happening to me.
Technology recharge. No free slots in suit inventory. slots in ship inventory.
Going for a new ship time? Pretty darn soon, Redbeard. We need a new ship bad. Usually I do good with these guys, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. 14 slaughter. Yeah, I'm not going to complain. That's a couple slots. Now, in this particular situation, I'm actually not sure if I decline and go back to my multi-tool and break it down, if I can actually get him to give me this tool back again. So I'm kind of in a minor conundrum with that. Redbeard, you're pretty much like my resident expert for No Man's Sky. What do you think? Have you ever tried that one before? Commander Condom. Yeah, that is pretty funny. Oh yeah, that is a good one. Yeah, I think that's why they won't let us name our employees, or else people would have some pretty crazy employee names. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take it because it's a 2-slot gain. Can't go wrong. Let's see what else he's got in here. A faint but insistent bleeping noise can be heard from the operations terminal. A garbled distress call can be heard amongst it all, alongside screams and the tearing of metal. The only thing that's clear to me is a brief number sequence cracking its code could lead me to the crash site. And we have 2, 4, 12, 48, 240. Alright, so it's multiplication. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 4 is 48. 48 times, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it'd be 240 times 7 is what I'm thinking. Is that correct? 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 240 times 6. 1440. And Redbeard says 1440. Times 6. Yep, that was it. Alright. We're doing pretty darn good tonight. Yeah, myself, I got a pretty busy weekend coming up. I got working for the theater industry. We got Star Wars coming out, so that's going to be pretty hectic. With the holiday stuff going on too, I got a holiday party I got to go to on Monday evening. But I'm hoping that I can still at least get a stream every day. Hopefully I can get at least an hour stream every day. I don't necessarily know what time I'm going to be able to stream. So worst case scenario, if and I know it's not as fun, but worst case scenario, if anybody should happen to miss my stream, you can go ahead and catch the upload of it. Oh, that's the save point. Let me go ahead and save it, just in case, because you never know what's going to happen. And Redbeard's telling me I need to stop futzing around and pimp out the multi-tool. So let's go ahead and take a look at the multi-tool, because we do have quite a few slots here available. And we should put the analysis visor on there. we have the grenade and the recoil. So you want me to put the plasma launcher companion unit on there, huh? Alright, well we can do that. I don't...
Technology installed.
Bolt caster? Yeah, we got the bolt caster.
Technology installed.
I haven't been too worried about pimping the multi-tool out too hardcore just because hopefully it'll end up getting traded in quickly. You said that this is walking distance, huh? Let's take a look. Nickel. We don't need no stinking nickel.
Run for your lives, little creatures! I'm coming for you! I'm gonna eat you because you tasted good!
Yeah, I don't think it will work either. I was playing with the button there for a second to see if it would do anything, and it doesn't look like it. We'll find her though. We'll get it. It's just a matter of time. Oh, and there's that darn whip vine. You know what? Eat this. They get me all the time. I hate those guys with a passion. I wish they'd give us a flame thrower is what I wish. Flaming Jensen says, remember to have some Heridium and Zinc when accepting a new crash ship. That is an excellent recommendation. Unfortunately, we've only found one crash ship, and we haven't tried to find any more yet. And the one we did find was pretty wrecked, so we decided to stay with our pre-order bonus ship. So we do need to do a ship grade soon. Desperately. So we can store more junk. And it looks like there's a cog over there as well. Now, if I recall correctly, and I could be wrong, but I do believe they said at some point they were talking about us taming creatures and creating pets out of creatures. And that is another bonus feature in the game that I would probably have some fun with.
Inventory full.
And it's telling me that we can't carry anything. What can we dump or transfer? We're probably too far. Nope. Excellent.
No free stocks in ship inventory. No free stocks in ship inventory.
Alright, let's take a look at those again. Junk in the trunk. Yes, junk in the trunk.
Inventory full. No free stocks in ship inventory.
He's like, what do you mean junk in the trunk? Yeah, that was cool. It was funny. I do remember that. I used to feed them all the time and pick through the poop, or they would dig me stuff up. Um, I haven't tried to do that in a long time, so I'm not sure if they still do that. I do see the feed option on occasion. I just don't bother wasting time with it because it's not usually very productive. But I did see. I remember that, and I read it a couple places, and I've seen it a couple times from other people that they were talking about the whole taming and pet type thing because I think they were trying to compete with what was happening in Ark Survival Evolved. So, abandoned ship 15 slots. What do we have currently? 16 slots. So see, yeah, again, this one, it would be taking a loss. The other one I think did have one slot, but it was the same thing. It just wasn't worth it. So we're gonna go ahead and bypass the crash ship. I think it'd be the best decision for the moment. Alrighty then. So let's go ahead and get our bearings here, and there's the ship. Yep. We'll make our way back to the ship, and I'm having a lot of fun on this planet, and we're making a lot of progress. But I don't know, you guys tell me. I got a little bit of time that I can manage to squeak out on the stream here, and do you think we should stay on the planet, or do you think we should boogie off and try to find that Bloodsbane and Korsigan? You tell me what you think. Yeah, it happens, Jensen. Sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't. Unfortunately, this time around, it seems like it's not in my favor. But that's okay. We got plenty of time. I can easily see my series for this game hitting into the hundreds of episodes. Hundreds. As long as they keep doing right by the fans who bought the game and stuck with the game, I'll be happy. I enjoy the game. I do look forward to being able to have player interaction. I do like player interaction. I don't need a lot of player interaction, but the ability to have at least a little bit would be nice. I think too much interaction in this game might actually ruin the game, depending on how they handle that. You're crazy! I know we got slots in our inventory. They might be full, but they're there. Ship out of range. It's not that far away. And I see we have a couple newcomers coming into the stream. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining us this evening. And in case you weren't aware, this is our 9th episode in the series so far from restarting our No Man's Sky streaming. And we are on the hunt for some Korsigan and Bloodsbane. And unfortunately, this planet doesn't look like it's been yielding that. However, we did manage to find a reasonable amount of other stuff. We got some upgrades and some schematics, and we were able to resupply on some much needed resources. And it seems like our inventory doesn't like us very much. But that's alright. seems like everything's topped off. Maybe we can build some stuff. What's that there? Beam focus? Sure, why not? It'll use some of the resources up. Possibly give us a little more room. Let's go ahead and dump that. Now it'll give us at least one slot. Redbeard says, I can't remember the name of the game, but there was a pay-to-play game that someone had built up a strong fleet, bought it, if I remember correctly, it was like a couple $1,000s. Someone else had come along when he was asleep and totally destroyed it. Talk about rage quitting. Yeah, I'd probably be pretty pissed too. Unfortunately, when you're starting to play a game where they want to portray it realistically, especially if you're in some kind of apocalyptic scenario, you're going to end up with those kind of things. I want to go ahead and take this second here, and while we're on this planet, and I believe this highlighted one is where we are, and I'm going to rename this planet. And I'm going to name it Jensen's Paradise. Yep. Alright. That way, when I come back to this system, because I'm sure I'll probably will, I visited every other system I've been in like 4 times now, I'll remember that this place here was actually a pretty nice planet to visit. Catlock says, yo, I'm back! Welcome back, Catlock. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. You know what? Catlock's been such a fan the past couple days here watching the stream. We need to name something after him as well. So we're just going to go ahead and pick a planet here. Here's a snowfall planet. There's a temperament one. There we go. We'll name that one after you. Can it? Will it? Yep. Rename and upload. Yes. That's not what I wanted. It said X and I wanted Y. We'll find a new one for you. Here we go. Extremely radioactive. That's an awesome song. Radioactive. Catlock's radioactive planet of terror. And that way we can remember not to go there unless we have to. That's why you don't care for multiplayers too much, too many trolls. That is indeed true. It really is, unfortunately. And one of my friends is that way for exact reason. Now, if I remember correctly, I thought there was a way that we could mass approve these things, but I'm going to do that at a different time. I don't want to bore you guys with constantly naming stuff. It's fun to throw your names in there once in a while, but for me to sit there and do 9 days worth of planets probably take it a minute. Catlock says, or if I invite you, ha ha ha. That is true. And I see a freighter icon. Undiscovered. It's unfortunately, I think we're probably going to have to go to the space station and go back to the base because I really don't want to get rid of the resources that we have. So I'm going to have to take a look and see if I can stash them at the base. And the only way to get back to the base is through the portal. Jensen says, cool, I love Paradise. Thank you. You're welcome, Jensen. No problem at all. Redbeard says, check out the freaking freighter. I want to check the freighter out, especially if we can get paid for saving it. Some money influx would be really nice right now, so if we could save the freighter and get paid for it, that would be really cool, but unfortunately, I'm kind of nervous because we haven't had much luck in the dog fighting area, and I'd like to try to unload our inventory before we attempt any kind of suicide run. However, I don't think we've been into this space station yet, so we will look and see if there is a Farmer John available. So we'll check out and see if Farmer John's chilling here. Lieutenant Oku, what do you have to say for yourself, Big Nose? You're an armorer. Well, we already have an armorer. I thank you for your resume, and I'll keep it filed for 30 days. Captain Obelta says he's a constructionist. No, we like Wanker Bob. Thank you, though. Redbeard saying, actually, you can get back to your base from the map. There's an add-on that shows you nearby discoveries. That's right, they did add a waypoint system into the game since the update. I haven't had the pleasure of using it yet, so we'll have to look at that the next time we're out there. I'm going to go ahead and utilize the portal since we're here. And the next time we need to jump, we'll have to look at that map and see how those waypoints work. Now, Redbeard, I got a good question for you. Is if we decide to use the map to try to get back to the base, is that going to require any kind of warp cell fuel? Are you aware of? Pretty lights. We always love the pretty lights. It's Hello Game's way of subliminally telling us to play the game more. This ain't my base. No, I'm just kidding. This is my base. Let's go let's introduce the crew to you lovely subscribers. This is Wanker Bob. Say hi, Wanker Bob. Oh, he seems a little busy with his galaxy pad there. So let's go ahead and meet our scientist here, resident scientist, Dingleberry. Dingleberry, he's addicted to that ninja fruit game. He can't put it down. And Dung, how are you, sir? I don't really talk to him too much because he's always surrounded by those weapons. The question was, Redbeard, is if we use waypoints through the galaxy map to come back to our base, will it require our warp cell fuel? And so we're going to look over our inventory to see if there's anything that we can dump in there. And there's some Antrium we can throw in there. And I don't think we have any more of that. So let's take a quick peek and see if we can actually build another one.
Levels stabilizing.
There we go. 50 iron and 2 voltaic cells are needed, so we have to see what we needed for the voltaic cells. Redbeard says, yes, you are warping back, so you will use your fuel. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the answer there. That was my assumption, but it's always nice to fact check yourself and see what others might have already dealt with. And we need the atrium for the Vitalic cells, which we need 2 of, which means we need 100. I don't think we had quite enough. Let me double check. We're at 39, loser. You need to get to work. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so it doesn't look like we can really store any more stuff here because we don't have the room. And we can't build a new storage box just yet. Let's take a quick look on our fuel.
Technology recharge.
Make sure that we can utilize all that stuff as much as possible.
Technology recharge.
Alright. Maybe, perhaps, can we... Plutonium is needed. Alright, well, we might be able to utilize those suspension fluids and make some of that electron vapor in order to do the antimatter for warp cells. And that should free us up some space. Let's go ahead and dump this nickel, because we only have 2. And we'll take... well, no, we're not going to take off. We'll use the port, because we don't want to waste our fuel. We'll cheat and go back through the portal.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Welcome, newcomers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Say hello, everybody. Thanks for joining the stream here. We're in our 9th episode of the series so far on what we've been calling our new No Man's Sky. And it's actually giving me multiple choices to warp to. I don't think I've ever had that happen before. I guess we have a 33.3% chance of getting it right and going back to where we came from, so let's try this one. It's kind of weird that it has a double of the one. I didn't know that there was 2 portal entries in that same place, but maybe that's a bug, or maybe there is. Well, we discovered this today, so I'm thinking that this is the place to be. What we really need to do is go Grand Theft Auto 5 on some of these bastards and start taking their money. But unfortunately, I don't think we can do that. I wish they would let me barrel roll upon exiting the spaceship. I totally think it would be worth it. Oh, there's Jensen's Paradise. We just left there a little bit ago. It was a very lovely planet. And we haven't been there yet. Let's go ahead and do an orbital scan, see what they got going on down there. And unfortunately, it doesn't have any of the material that we're looking for. And I think that's all that's to offer in this system. So I'm thinking we might have to mosey along to the new system and see what it has to offer. Jensen says, I think the last used portal was always on top. The second used is the number 2, and etc, etc. Well, that's good to know. I haven't ran into that situation before. I'm glad I picked the right choice. But now we know, and knowing's half the battle. And for you guys who are old enough to know, that's G.I. Joe. Before they messed it up in the movies. Alrighty, so let's take a look and see what we have ahead of us here. 3 planets, not too great. Let me see, will they let us go to the next one or is it too far? No, they will let us, and it's 4 planets. So I say, what the hey, let's go for the guy with the more numbers. And is it a yellow system? I see a lot of yellow light. Is that any indication? I don't know, but that's a big honka ship in front of us, and he's screaming. That's not good. Battle detected. Oh boy, we are usually in trouble with that. We ran into the Battlestar Galactica, boys and girls. I don't necessarily know if we should get involved in this conflict. I sure would like the money. What do you guys think? I'm thinking we should go for it. What the hey? Can always use some extra cash flow. Who knows? Maybe he'll give us a new ship. I hope I shot the right guy. Woo! Don't want to crash into him. That wouldn't be good. Can't seem to get a reading on where the other ships are. I'm trying to follow, and of course they're flying around, but there we go, there's one. Catlock says today's a good day to die. Yes, sir. Let's see what we can do. Jensen says, that was the wrong guy, you fool. Go for the ones with the yellow tails. Well, there goes one. Redbeard says, don't shoot it! Alright, I think we actually were successful for a change. That was a little bit of a confidence booster. Maybe next time we won't be so hesitant to jump right in and just blast those fools. Our track record hasn't been that great. Honestly, I would say this is probably the 3rd time out of a dozen that I might have been successful in trying to engage in a dogfight. So you guys are very, very lucky. Redbeard says, go collect your mother movie check. And that's what I'm about to do. I want my paycheck. It's payday, fool. Now, whoever designed this was kind of being an ass, if I must say, because he made this entryway into these freighters like the most confusing maze. And that door's locked? I guess that door's locked. And yeah, I lost myself because I'm a retard. No, we don't want to go down. We want to go up. Redbeard says, notice that the opening is now blue instead of red. And he says he's colorblind, so don't yell at him if it's not the proper color. Captain Seabiscuit here says, thank you, friend. Much appreciation. Can I offer you a reward? Refuse supplies, take supplies, or make an offer on the freighter. Well, I know we can't afford the freighter, so let's just go ahead and take the supplies. 1 antimatter. Well, that's not a bad prize. Could have been better. Probably would have let his ass blown up if I knew he was only going to give me antimatter, but okay, sure. Unfortunately, there's no rude gesture emoji in this, so I can't flip him off. But let's go ahead and get out of here before they decide to shoot us in the face. The bastard stole my ship. Oh, nope, it's just in the next parking lot. And away we go, boys and girls. I'm pretty sure his price is around 15 million. I did do a little bit of research about the freighters, and it sounds like that's the given price for freighters is around 15 million units. And I know I'm in nowhere near that. I think if we're lucky right now, yeah, we're about 300,000 is what we've been averaging. And I've been actually trying to be a little bit stingy, so that way I could possibly just buy our next ship upgrade instead of trying to fix a broken ship, because the last 2 broken ships weren't all that great. And I know that's going to cost us a pretty penny. Let's do an orbital scan, see what they got to offer on the blue planet. It says aluminum, nickel, and iridium. Alright, maybe not. Are they going to let us collect any iron and thamium? Yeah, a little bit. We'll clear a little path here so we can scan that next planet. Find out what they're going to offer us. Now, what's this purple guy? Emerald? Well, they'll let us collect it, but we don't need it. Redbeard says, my first freighter was 7 million. Well, that ain't too bad. I think I'm going to probably look more to trying to save for the freighter once I get up there with my ship. I think I'd rather have a 48 slot ship before I worry about the freighter. But I don't know if they necessarily change the pricing on the ships. So I guess it's all going to depend on how things are flowing when we get to that point with the streams. Catlock says, so how was your day? Well, Catlock, if you're referring to my particular day, my day wasn't too shabby. Could have been better, but I complain about my day all day throughout the day, so I'm not going to complain about my day to you guys. We're here to have some fun. Jensen says he saved up 7 mil for a freighter to start with, but then he saw all the 15 mil ships, so he managed to save up for that. That's awesome, man. And it looks like there's another local distress beacon going on. Where are we at here? Is it back? Can't see because the silly asteroids are in the way. Alright, boys and girls, well, let's go see if we can make some money. Now, it looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6 if they're running in 2s. So, I don't know if we can take on 6 ships, but we'll give it a shot. What's the worst can happen? We burn, crash and die, lose all our stuff. That's alright. We're just gonna sit here and cruise on in and This time we're not going to shoot the freighter. Or at least I can't make any promises, Redbeard. That might not happen, but we'll try not to shoot the freighter. However, you think these guys might try to employ some defensive techniques and defensive abilities, perhaps. Wow, they're lighting me up like a Christmas tree. Redbeard's gonna yell at me for doing that the old way, but I'm still alive, so I'm not gonna cry. Man, these guys are quick. There we go, pick off the weak guy. And we got him. Let's get out of here. Barrel roll. Oh, we're going to overheat. We really need to pimp out some of these weapons, because we're rocking with some generic shit here. It's time to find out if this pre-order ship was worth its money. Sometimes I wonder how this game would play in VR, especially with these dogfight scenes. And I actually watched a little bit of that VR Star Wars game that they have out that's kind of like a demo with the VR for Star Wars, and that actually looks really awesome. Makes me almost wish that I should start investing in VR, but I'm poor. I'm no Jacksepticeye. I can't play with VR. Oh, we ain't doing too shabby. Until that guy decided to light us up like a Christmas tree. But we're gonna kill his brother and make it up. So finally they decide to send me some backup. No, don't shoot the blue guys. Redbeard says there's just 5 left. Just 5. Man. Oh, they're shooting at me. I must have accidentally hit him. I swear I didn't shoot him. I have a sentry star on me. Apparently I didn't notice that. Jensen says, nice fighting. Thank you very much, sir. Sentinel starships are in range. They're trying to kill me. I have to find out which ones are which. I guess the guy shooting at me would be a good indication, huh? Somehow we managed to pick up a star, and the Sentinels aren't too thrilled. I was hoping to try to go back to our freighter friends and maybe get some money, but apparently they don't want to let me. And there's another local distress issue. You know what? We can't handle all these people. We're just one man. They think we're like Team America or something, Planet Express or something. That's what happens when you shoot the freighter, says Redbeard. Well, it was an accident. you would think that their programming would be able to decipher that my stray bolt was an accident. Oh no, we're gonna die! Oh man! You guys were just waiting for that one, I'm sure.
Orbital statement received. Technology offline.
And that, boys and girls, is how not to save a freighter. But we did manage to destroy 20 starships. That's a plus, I guess. Death strikes again. Yes, it does, Redbeard. The Sentinels are mean. That is true. They don't want to hear no excuses. They ain't got no time for that. Alright, let's go find our body, and hopefully we got enough mats on this to fix our broken up ship. Just kind of floating. There it goes. Alright, it's on the other side. We'll cruise around the space station here and go get our dead body. So I got another show for you, Redbeard. We were talking TV shows yesterday, boys and girls, and one of the shows that I thought about. I was at work and I was counting down the seconds to finish my shift for the day, to come home and do my stream, because I was really anxious. I wanted to get on here and do my stream for the day. And I said, you know what, there's a show that came out, and I don't know, I think you might have mentioned it the other day, but we didn't talk about it yesterday. And that was that Mars show that they just started. And I did watch the first episode, but I haven't watched any episodes since. But that's a current show that's kind of got my interest peaked, that I'm gonna have to check on demand and see about catching up with that show, because that actually looked pretty good.
Technology prepared.
And that wasn't too bad of a death. It looks like it was just the one thing, and everything's relatively still full. So we did a pretty good job. I'm just gonna shoot a couple asteroids real quick here, so that way I can top up on the iron from all that shield regenerating we had to do. So if you guys want to take a quick second and go grab a soda or something and not really miss much, I'm just gonna go ahead and collect some iron for about a minute. It's called Mars, Redbeard. It's I think it's on National Geographic or something. It's on like an awkward channel, but it's supposed to be as close as they feel that it can be in real life if we were to go to Mars. And they pretty much like pimped out the technology just a little bit to like say that we could actually do it. And they got Elon Musk and some other people, and I think Dr. Kaku is on there too, where they discuss actually going to Mars and how we, or how they at the very least, plan on getting humans there. Redbeard says at this time it's bedtime, not soda time. It's always soda time for Remington. Remington's jacked on his Pepsi. I don't really drink beer or alcohol or anything, and I kind of stay away from all the energy drinks, but man, I can put away some Pepsi. Alright, I think that should be sufficient for now. Get this big one real quick. Let's go ahead and do a scan on Holocaust Tribute. says Temerium, Emerald, Nickel, and Iridium. Gee, I don't know. Finding this Corsigan and Bloodsbane sounds like it might be a little bit more of a pain in the butt than I thought it would be. I thought it wouldn't be that bad, but so far, we haven't had much luck, and I think we're into our third system looking for this stuff. Redbeard says it's 10 p.m. here. Jensen says it's 5 a.m. here, working night shift. Well, it's 11 p.m. here where I'm at in the lovely state of New Jersey. And I do have to work tomorrow, but I'm going to stay on just a little while longer. We are approaching almost 2 hours in the stream, but I'm having fun, and I think that's what counts the most. If you can't have fun when you come home from work, then what's the point of going to work at all? Let's go ahead and take a look at our map real quick and see how many planets we're supposed to be here. I've seen 2. It says there's supposed to be 4. Ooh, that was a little trippy. Alright, so we scanned you, and we haven't scanned you. Vortex cubes. I'm all about vortex cubes. Let's rock and roll on that. If we could actually score some vortex cubes and sell those for a profit, then we're in business. And there's a habitable base there as well. So I don't know, as much as I'd hate to have to dump the base we just built, if this is a decent planet and it has vortex cubes, I think we might have to relocate, boys and girls. Oh God, New Jersey is a state. When did that happen and how did it happen? Well, unfortunately, yes, New Jersey is a state. And it's one of the biggest pain in the butt states to live in. However, there are some positive aspects about living in New Jersey. Redbeard says there's going to be hostile sentinels because there's vortex cubes. Well, that's probably true. I think I've only maybe ever found one system where the sentinels didn't bug me when I was playing with their vortex cubes. And that might have just been dumb luck or a broken game. Well, this planet's turning out to be a nice place to visit, but it doesn't look like I'm going to want to live here. Looks more like a moon than a planet. And this is where you guys say that's no moon. It's a space station. Sorry, man, couldn't help the Star Wars quote with Star Wars coming out tomorrow. Well, I have to be honest, as excited as I was to come check this planet out, my ambitions for checking this place out have quickly dwindled down, rather quickly. And there's something. Alright, let's check it out. Redbeard says it could be worse. You could live in South Dakota. That is true. Excuse me, Joe. Sorry about that. Had to sneeze. Redbeard says I'll wait until it's released on DVD and Blu-ray. I probably would too, but since I'm at the theater 80% of the time anyway, it's not too big of a deal for me just to hang around a little bit and watch it. So I probably will. Maybe not tomorrow, but probably within the next week. Liquidator Janamaco. We have a special relationship, just in case you guys didn't know. And he hooks you up with a health module. That's what I'm talking about. A beacon sent long ago from a distant system awaits my response. 1702 7021 0217 1702 7021 7021 0217 021 02170. Oh, my brain, I'm having those brain farts again. Or frame barts. Alrighty. Thank you for the assistance there, Redbeard. Much appreciated. And take a little bit of carbon, just you never know, might need some. And this planet's hot! And ironically, with almost 100 hours in game, this is probably the first planet I've ever came to where it was actually a hot planet. I've never been on a hot planet before. So this is pretty cool. Frame Barts, yes sir. I hear some other ships. That's always a positive activity. Let's go ahead and make our way over there to the ruin. (111°F). Ah, Arizona's been hotter than that. Wow, we got 11 watchers right now. That number jumped up pretty quick. I didn't even realize it. Welcome to all the newcomers. Thanks for joining us today. We're doing pretty well this evening with our No Man's Sky stream. Making some good progress, having some fun, getting into some dogfights, blowing stuff up. All in the name of Wanker Bob. For you that don't know who Wanker Bob is our lovely Gek constructionist. And he wants a circuit board for Christmas so bad. And I'm trying to make him happy. But unfortunately, our scientist, our resident scientist who can make the circuit board, refuses to make the circuit board unless we go and find him some sack venom. And for you guys who don't know who our lovely Korvax scientist is, his name is Dingleberry. So we can blame Dingleberry for all the fun we're having today. And we found a magic cube. Script Boo wants to know, are you pleased with the update? Yes, I would actually say I am. You know, before I lost my save file on what I dubbed my old New Man Sky vids, I was having a lot of fun. I basically made it to the point where I was just waiting for this update. But I had an accident, lost the save file, and had to start over. But I'm still having fun, even though a lot of the stuff that I'm doing I have to redo. But the update does give it a nice change of pace because it's giving me more to do than I did the first time around because I'm working on the base and all the stuff that's revolving around the base at the same time as doing everything else that I already did. So I'm enjoying the update very much. I am pleased. I still don't know if I would call this a $60 game, but for all you guys out there that got lucky and bought it for 25 bucks on Black Friday, it's definitely worth the 25 bucks. YouTube Junkie says, how you guys liking the Foundation update? Well, YouTube Junkie, in case you just missed it, we're liking it pretty good. My friend Redbeard here, he's been playing Survivor mode, and he's been having a lot of fun with that, and that's also part of the new edition. So if you guys have any questions about the Survivor mode, as long as he's willing to diverge some of his secrets, he can hook you up with the Survivor mode intel. I think that was all that she wanted to give us. So let's go ahead and find those knowledge stones, because you know that I always love knowledge stones. And look, it's a statue of Wanker Bob. I'm gonna have to ask him about that one. I didn't know that he was famous. I totally just missed our thing. There we go.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Unacceptable! It's funny when it said unacceptable. I had a picture. I don't know if you guys ever watched Adventure Time, but there's a dude on there that's a lemon, and his name's Lemon Grab, and he always runs around saying that. But he says it in this like ultra screechy voice. He's like, ah, I can't even hit the high pitch that he does, but it's funny. After you've heard it about 3 or 4 times, then you just don't want to hear it no more because it just drives you nuts. But amusing nonetheless.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Hi. Well, you know what those Viking are doing with their plants. And I think we did everything we needed to do for this location. Let me do a quick scan here, see if there's anything around. That thamium I might pick up. Hey, there's some atrium. We need some atrium, so let's go ahead and pick up that atrium. We need the atrium because, especially since we don't have a lot of space in our ship or on our exosuit due to the fact that we're such a noob, we need to build some storage units for the base, and the storage units only offer you a minute amount of extra space, so I want to build an extra couple, and you need that atrium to help build those. So, good to know. Stockpile that stuff. Gonna need it. Well, I see some over there. Let's go take a look at that. See how far away it is. If it's close, we'll go snag it up.
Inventory full.
No! And that is the major dilemma of No Man's Sky. But we can get rid of Trophium. We don't need Trophium.
Inventory full.
And it still says we're full. Oh, it's because we just got rid of it off the shift. I'm a tart. Sorry, guys. I never ran into that before, but we'll pick it nonetheless and hang on to it. Jensen said, yeah, see, Jensen got it on discount after the update. That was the way to go, man. I think it'll eventually make it to a $60 game, but it's not really it's not really a $60 game just yet. But if you anticipate on playing the game a lot and you like what you see and you haven't already bought it, it's still worth it. It's just what they advertised originally is not what you got. Any clue if they're adding online play in the future updates? Yeah, I'll let Redbeard answer that one. There's something there. We'll go check that out. YouTube Junkie pretty much nailed it on the head. Oh boy. We're in for a treat now with this exosuit upgrade. I do think that they probably realized that people were taking advantage of finding the exosuit upgrade in the space stations, and that's probably why part of the reason they took it out of the space station, because I know I did the first time around. All I did was basically all my jumps were just jumping to space stations and buying exosuit upgrades. I guess those atriums aren't quite bloomed yet for harvest. What's that guy? Oh, platinum. We do not need platinum at the moment. Thank you very much, though. They wanted players to spread out before introducing the foundation, but that's my opinion, says Redbeard. I agree. I think that they didn't want us to run into each other in the beginning. I think they wanted us to go out and explore everything that they made, instead of, you know, getting tired and bored or trolled out of our planet or anything like that early. Because you know what would happen if they let us find each other very quickly in the beginning. It would have turned into a huge mess. So we'll check and see what this question mark is. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be another exosuit upgrade. Well, if I didn't quite catch what it was, I guess we're gonna have to land and find out. Ah, looks like another little mini monolith. That's cool. No problem, YouTube Junkie. That's what these guys are here for. We all love chit-chatting and helping each other out, and we're all No Man's Sky fans. So we all help each other out, especially you guys with me, because I tell you, sometimes I get these brain farts and I just can't think straight. And you guys set me back on the right path. There it is. Like that. I always forget where we parked. I'm terrible with parking. Don't tell my girlfriend that, though. I always know where I'm going.
Technology recharge. Technology
Oh, looks like we're gonna need some plutonium soon.
no free slots in ship inventory.
Oh, I didn't know that either, Redbeard. So in survival mode, you do lose your inventory. You can't get it back like in normal mode. That is definitely stinks. That I guess that would make it more hardcore.
No free slots in suit inventory.
Gone. They're saying it's gone. Like you're beat. No grave marker. Yeah, that means I need to get really good at these dogfight battles in space if I'm ever gonna want to make it in survival mode, because I can't outrun them. All right, let's go ahead and pick up the pace here a little bit. Start making some things happen. 'Cause sometimes when stuff isn't going your way and you're not finding what you want, you can't give up. You can't roll over. You got to stand up and say, no, that's not going to happen that way. I'm going to get what I want. We're going to make it happen. And I think we're going to go ahead and boogie off the planet. I know that there's cubes here, and cubes are generally found in caves. And I wouldn't mind picking up some vortex cubes for some resale value. But unfortunately, I don't have the inventory to be able to hold them anyway. But we did manage to pick up some atrium, so I think we might be able to build a new storage unit. So we're going to go ahead and break Atmo here and get out here in space. And let's go ahead and see if we can find, well actually, yeah, we want to take the portal because we don't want to waste our warp jumps. So let's go ahead and cruise towards the space station. I think we're going to go ahead and hit the space station up, jump through the portal, build us a new storage unit, unload some of this inventory on us, and then we'll make a decision after that and see which way we're going to go. Yeah, it does kind of strange that there wasn't any cubes readily available, but I do know that the cubes, there, I almost whacked him, got lucky there with the brakes. But I don't know if it's true, but the rumor was, I think, is that the cubes are more readily found around the cave systems. And I didn't really see any caves around. I'm sure if we looked a little harder, we probably could have found some. But being that my inventory is so jacked right now with stuff, I probably would just been mad if we did find a good score, because I wouldn't have been able to take advantage of the situation as much as I would have liked anyway. I'm definitely down for coming back and looking for the cubes. I totally agree, Redbeard. Totally agree. Those cubes can make a big difference in our game. And so we're going to go ahead and definitely revisit that place and see if we can find those cubes. Hopefully by the time we find them, we'll have tons and tons and tons of inventory space, and we can just stockpile the crap out of them and sell them. YouTube Junkie says, for selling? Yes, sir, for selling. I know there's more lucrative ways to make money in game, especially now. after the update, but being that we haven't quite made it that far along in our base building procedures to the point where we can actually start growing things and selling things, the Vortex Cube would be a godsend for us at this point. It'd probably enable us to buy a ship and some other things a lot quicker and easier, and in turn give us more space to build the stuff that we need to build. Trying to see if there's anything here that we can stack. I don't think there is, unfortunately. Actually, that's not true. That Mordite might stack in here if it'll let me access it. I don't think the storage unit will let me access my ship inventory. No, just what I have on me. Alright, we'll figure something out. I might have to drop something, but that's okay.
Levels stabilizing.
YouTube Junkie says he's selling lube because the lube market's very lucrative in No Man's Sky. Well, yes it is. Redbeard says, find the cube, sell the cubes, buy the better ship. One that isn't busted. Definitely, sir. That is my thinking as well. Jensen says, is that red cubes? I think they're gone now. I'm not seeing any. But I saw a video telling they removed them when they redid the planets in the update. Well, I don't know. If they did remove them, then they forgot to take out the tag when I scanned the planet. Either that or they just made them a lot more rare. That's quite possible.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Oop, wrong button. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go ahead and dump the 2 zinc. That'll give us the room we need. And let's see if we can craft. Oh, we can craft a warp cell. Excellent.
Constructed.
That'll help make some room.
Technology recharge.
And we're all out of plutonium, so we can't make any more warp cells. But we wanted to make that. So we need to transfer atrium. Where did it go? Oh no. You know, that is totally possible. I probably harvested all that and didn't realize and wasn't paying attention that I couldn't because my inventory was full. Wowzers. I am a dunce. Well, I never claimed to be perfect. Ha ha ha.
Levels stabilizing.
Wowzers, that was really weird. Alright, well, let's go ahead and take a look at our situation and reassess.
No free slots in ship inventory.
Alright, well, at least we got a little bit of room here. Alright, let's go ahead back to our system. Fabian Escobar, hello sir, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Remington Reeves, your lovely host. and this is our episode 9 in our series for No Man's Sky. Jensen's welcome you to the crew. Thank you for joining us. Currently, we are on an adventure looking for Korsigan and Bloodsbane for our crew members that we hired in our base. And we're having a little bit of difficulty trying to find it. We've been through several systems so far trying to track it down, and have yet to be successful in finding any. But we have made quite a bit of progress this evening with exosuit upgrades, schematics, and other various odds and ends. Redbeard says he's out of here. Time for bedtime. Well, Redbeard, thanks for coming and checking us out today. I appreciate you hanging out with me and watching the stream. And hopefully I'll be on tomorrow around the same time. So if you want to check me out, feel free. Let's find out what these guys are up to. Wow, that was nice. 1,500 bucks. I'll take it. Oh, not much going on with me, Fabian. How about you? I'm just relaxing here. I got done work and got home as quick as possible. Ran a little bit later than I wanted to, but luckily a lot of these guys that like to come out and hang out and watch me stream, they still came out and watched. So very appreciative of that. And it doesn't look like they're really offering anything that I'm interested at the moment in the terminal. Maybe we'll go check with some of these starship captains and see. Redbeard and I were talking, and I believe it was yesterday when we first started looking for the sac venom, and we could have swore that you were able to purchase it. Jensen says he's setting the alarm for the same time tomorrow so he won't forget. I appreciate that, Jensen, very much. I love playing games, been playing games my whole life, and geez, I think it was almost 2 years ago, one of my good friends, he's been doing YouTube for quite some time, was like, dude, you should need to make a YouTube channel. And I was like, no, I'm good, man. And finally, a couple months back, I broke down, decided to go ahead and give this YouTube channel thing a whirl. And so far, it's been quite a ride. So I love streaming my games. I try not to play any game unless I'm streaming it. I figured, well, there's no sense in playing if I'm not going to stream it. And so far, it's been pretty good. Now, I do have an Xbox One, and I got quite a few games for that. I've had some of my subs ask me about streaming Xbox, and I told them, I said, well, if you guys are really interested, I'll look into it. So it's quite possible, maybe after the beginning of the year, I might start doing some Xbox streams as well, if you guys are interested in that. Doesn't look like he's got anything that we want either, but that's alright. Let's go ahead and sell him some stuff. That should be good. Yeah, the guy said that this stuff was rare, our scientist. I just figured that was him blowing some smoke up my butt, but it looks like this stuff might be a little more complicated to find than I thought. But that's all right. We'll find it eventually. We'll keep at it. Yes, the sac venom's supposed to stem from Bloodsbane, and if you're lucky enough to be able to farm the stuff, you can do that way. But for whatever reason, we haven't been able to find our Farmer Joe. We built the farming terminal in our base, but we've yet to come across a system and a space station that offered a farmer. So we're still kind of stuck in a little circle, I guess you could say. And being that the sac venom comes from Bloodsbane, and the Bloodsbane, I'm assuming, I'm pretty sure it's a plant because, you know, you have to farm it. I don't think that those things come up on these planetary scales, or planetary scans rather. So it looks like I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and just pretty much dive right in, jump on a planet, run around for a bit, and see if I get lucky. While we're sitting here cruising, I want to take this time to say thanks for you guys coming out and hanging out with me and watching the stream. And if you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and smash a like on this video. Also, on the main channel page, you should be able to find my Twitter and my Facebook links. If you go ahead and join either one, if not both of those, they will also let you know anytime that I might jump on a stream and start streaming. So if you guys are down for hanging out, that's a good way to keep track of what I'm up to. YouTube Junkie says, yeah, it's a pain, took you a while. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's going to be one of those things that's just going to take a little bit of time and some luck. So I might start branching out. I think maybe tomorrow's stream when we pick up, I'm going to still try to find those things, but I think I'm going to try to possibly look into building some scanners and maybe looking for the exosuit upgrades and other things that will help us progress a little bit. Nice. Always nice to find new tech. Is this free money? Yes, it is. 1,600 bucks. I'll take that. Don't look like this guy's coming back anytime soon with the way he keeps his house clean. Stuff thrown all over the place. ACNL Master. Hey! This game is amazing. My computer can't handle it though. Yeah, mine was having problems too in the beginning. I was actually running a old NVIDIA 500 series card, and so I broke down after my system crashed on me, and I got the GTX 1060 version and upgraded my RAM a little bit. And since then, I've been doing pretty darn good. And then for Christmas, my girlfriend said, Remington, what do you want for Christmas? And I said, I want a new monitor for my setup. And she said, okie dokie, get what you want. So now I got a lovely 4K monitor that I'm rocking. And this game looks absolutely stunning. It is a tough game to run though, I will admit that. Gonna get a laptop with an i5 23 gigahertz. Now, that's not too shabby. i5s are pretty decent. Some people I know feel that i7s aren't necessary and i5s are more than enough. The only other thing I'd say is make sure you have enough RAM and check and see what kind of graphics card she's got. If you can help it, you want one that comes with a aftermarket card. You want to try not to use the onboard. On-board's gotten a lot better over the years, but for stuff like this, you're still going to be better off with either an AMD or a NVIDIA graphics card. NVIDIA 920MX with 8 gigs RAM. That ain't too bad. Not too bad at all. Junkie says he's got 100 hours, over 100 hours in, and recently learned that any space station terminal will teleport you back to your home planet base. Wish you knew that sooner, in case anyone didn't know. Yeah, I found out the hard way because I went in to try and utilize the exosuit upgrade, and it wasn't there any longer. They replaced it with the portal room, and that's when I found out that there was a portal. I haven't quite decided whether or not that it was a fair trade-off. I do like the portal substantially. I just don't know if I would have rather had the exosuit upgraded. Whoa, that's a biggin. It's a nerdy dump. Yeah, it looks like he'd probably take a pretty big dump too. Your dog dislikes the noise that this game makes. Yeah, they make some funny sounds. I actually have you guys the sounds coming out of the monitor a lot of times though. Ooh, I didn't realize there was a cave there. Now let's see what's in here. Oh, atrium, we needed that. Know it, Hickey. Hey, what's up? Not much, man. Chilling. Just doing some streaming. Hanging out. Making new friends. Having some fun. Oh, this guy does not look happy to see me. Take off, hoser. Nobody wants your Reese PC tick looking bites all over them. We're picking up this atrium while we're down here because unfortunately we had picked up some earlier, but I must have accidentally dumped it because we need the atrium to build our storage units for our base. And basically, whoa, that guy scared the crap out of me. Basically because we don't have a lot of storage space, we really need to build those storage units. So we're going to take advantage of falling in this hole and pick up a little bit of this antrium, I guess you could call it. Hopefully these animals in here don't get irritated and decide to eat my leg or something. Jensen says, be right back. I gotta go work for a few minutes. Yeah, it is always nice to let your boss get a little bit of work out of you for your money. YouTube Junkie says, warping through the system still being able out to your base through that. Yes, it is. Redbeard and I were talking about that a little bit earlier because he was saying that you can actually go through and go back to your base through the galaxy map too. And I had asked him, I said, well, does that cost warp fuel? And he was like, well, yeah, because you're warping back there. And I said, well, I think I'll go ahead and stick with going through the teleporter at the moment because it doesn't cost me anything. But it is good that they have the option available if you want to go that route. YouTube Junkie says, I subbed and like, nice stream, man. I appreciate that very much, man. And just so you guys know, if you haven't already noticed on the main channel page, I do have what I recently started. I call it subs who help support the channel. And what it is on the right hand side of the channel list there, what I do is guys who subscribe to the channel, I add you to that list, and the list will randomly put you on there because it can only show you 10 unless you hit the see more button. Oh, he took a chunk out of me. There we go. But yeah, so once you guys show up on my sub list, I add you to that list, and then what happens is that it shows you the top 10, and then it randomly will shuffle you guys. So every time somebody comes, it can be a different list. And basically, especially if you guys are streamers yourself, it's a good way for you to get some traffic to your site, because when people come to my site, they'll see that you guys are actually active supporters and watching streams and chatting and liking and things like that. And hopefully they'll hit you up and come check your stuff out, and you'll get more subs that way too. It's amazing that you can explore the entire galaxy in this game right next to this game. My second favorite game in the universe, Sandbox. Yeah, I like sandbox games myself too. I'm actually kind of looking forward to the new Nintendo, and I don't quite know if it's going to work with the Elgato if I do get one. Plus, I'm not sure now how Nintendo is going to feel about streaming, because from what I understand, Nintendo is notorious for takedowns if you put their stuff up. But my girlfriend's a huge Zelda fan, and I like Zelda myself. I've played since the very beginning, and from what I understand, the new Zelda game is supposed to be a sandbox game. So I'm kind of anxious to get my hands on that next year when all that stuff comes out. You guys excited for Nintendo, maybe? I know some people aren't big fans of Nintendo, but I've always liked the Mario games and the Zelda games. It's just sad that Nintendo has a hard time with their third-party content. But they're saying it's supposed to be different this time. And although I have already gotten the special edition Skyrim on the PC, they're showing off having Skyrim on the new Nintendo, which is pretty cool. So for those who don't own Skyrim yet, and maybe are considering getting the new Nintendo, Skyrim is a pretty cool game to play too, and that's a pretty big world as well. I heard that the new Zelda is supposed to be bigger than Skyrim, but Skyrim's pretty huge, so that game will offer hours and hours and hours of gameplay. Nintendo gave you crap about a Mario Maker video you did. Yeah, they're really tough, man. They do not want you putting their stuff up. And I'm surprised so far that they haven't gave everybody that's been doing the Switch demos and the Switch commercials and stuff, and they've been surviving. So I've been surprised they didn't make them take those videos down yet. YouTube Junkie says you may need to mute the audio, which sucks. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, YouTube Junkie. I know sometimes I gotta mute my audio, and it's kind of tough, especially if I'm streaming. It's kind of hard to have a stream and talk to guys and gals when you have to be quiet. No, Icky says, wow, might get Zelda then. Yeah, man, look into it a little bit. I haven't done any videos myself on it, but from what I understand, the Zelda is supposed to be freaking huge, and I forget the exact number, and I'd hate to throw one out there, but I want to say it's something like 12 times bigger than Skyrim or something. It's supposed to be really freaking huge, and it's a sandbox. They were basically saying, although that you probably will just get the floor mopped with you, you can supposedly go straight to the end boss of the game from the very beginning if you want, but you probably won't survive. Yeah, live streaming does take a lot more than you think, and I'll be honest with that too, because my buddy, he doesn't do live streaming, Angry Man Duke. He does little comedy videos and stuff, and he basically does some recording and then does some editing, and he's recently started getting into more serious type editing, and he never really does any kind of live streaming or gameplay or anything. And I used to always say in the back of my head, you know, how hard can it really be? And then when he finally convinced me to start doing the channel, I'm like, wow, this takes quite a bit of work, and I'm not even editing my videos. I just generally stream my video and let it go up, and I'll tag it and do the normal stuff, you know, with the thumbnails and whatnot. And it still takes a lot of work. But I'm hoping to try to do at least one stream a day, at least an hour a day. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to start until after the holidays, but I'd like to try to make one nice high quality, good content edited video per week. But I'm going to have to wait until, at the very least, probably till after the holiday. And then I'm hoping that once I get past the holiday season, I'll be able to start doing that as well. ACNL says he's recently started live streaming. YouTube Junkie says, what kind of streams? Yeah, man, what kind of streams? Feel free to talk about stuff, man. I know a lot of guys, you know, they don't want other people in there promoting their videos and stuff like that. But as long as you're doing it, you know, casually, and you're not like spamming and stuff, I don't mind. At the moment, mobile games. Hey, that's, you know, I got a good question for you then, man. How are you doing your video capture on your mobile? Are you using another camera to record your mobile, or do you actually have an app that's recording your gameplay? Because I've seen some guys who use apps to do their recording of their gameplay, but a lot of guys, they won't talk about what they use to do their videos. They're very secretive about it.
No free slots in ship inventory. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Don't mind me, I'm just topping off some of my stuff here real quick while you guys are chatting amongst yourselves. Trying to free up some slots.
Technology recharge.
Alright, that ain't too bad. We got about 5 slots available to us. We managed to pick up a decent amount of the Antrium, so that way we can work on getting the voltaic cells made to build our storage units. So that's cool. YouTube Gaming lets you capture. Trying to get to 100 subscribers, you have 88 subs, but you wanted to get to 100 before the end of the year, and you do use an app to do your recording. Cool. Well, I'll tell you what, man, if you had, like I said, you know, once you guys show up on my sub list, which usually takes about a day or so, I'll add you to the list, and that way you should show up on the front of my page. I know I ain't super huge, but we did break 200 subs today. So hopefully I can get a couple guys over to you at the very least, and we'll see if we can help you get along to breaking 100 before the end of the year. We got a little bit of time, so we might be able to help you out. Yeah, I myself so far have been mostly just strictly PC. I do have a lot of games on Steam, and most of them at the moment I actually don't even have installed on the PC. But I do have a handful of games that I've been trying to stream. No Man's Sky's been pretty much my main stable at the moment, but I do have Skyrim, and I started a fresh character on Skyrim and got a couple of streams of that going. So that way people who've never played it and they want to follow the story, they can follow the story from the very beginning. And then my friend Angry Man Duke, he got me into the Rocket League, which, oh my god, dude, I've had so much fun, and I'm actually a little bit disappointed because I myself got yelled at the other day by YouTube. And apparently there was a song that's in the game for Rocket League that when I was streaming it, they put a copyright claim against the video because of the song that was in the game. And I ended up privating the video, so the video isn't watchable because I really can't dispute the copyright claim due to the fact that the song is in the game, and therefore I figured, well, I'm not going to play the video and let somebody make money off of something that I paid for and played and streamed. So I just went back into my settings and turned my music off for the game, so the next time I stream I won't have to worry about that problem. But I'm hoping to get a hold of my friend and have him stop by and do another stream with him, because basically he and I were doing threes and we were wrecking face, man. I think we did a 6-hour stream of Rocket League, and we probably only lost maybe like 5 games the whole entire time. It was awesome. YouTube Junkie says, congrats on breaking 200. Yeah, it is tough, man. I actually did break 200 back in October, but then I was down for about a month, and that's when I started doing a lot of my upgrades and stuff. And during that 1 month alone, I think I lost around 40 subscribers, maybe more. And so when I came back on, I was back down around 150, 160 subscribers. And I'm hoping to regain a lot of the ones that might have left once they realize that I'm actually here and still doing stuff. So I'm hoping to get a nice little spike in the next few weeks myself in subscribers. Hoping that maybe somebody might still follow me on Twitter and they thought I quit YouTube, and then, you know, they get a notification on Twitter or Facebook or something saying, hey, he's on, and then they're like, oh, he didn't quit YouTube, and then come back. Because unlike PewDiePie, I won't tell you guys that I'm quitting and not quit just to get views. If I tell you guys I'm quitting, then I'm gonna quit. Yeah, it's not right for other people to make money off your content. Shinzuko, Isotope, blah, blah, Thals, Viking, blah. Well, unfortunately, we only have 2 of the 3. And I don't know enough of the language to really know which one I need, so it's going to pretty much be a 33.3% chance of getting it. But it does say Isotope, so we'll go with Isotope. Yeah, there's actually an option. I don't know how far you guys have gone into your settings on your channels and whatnot, but there's actually an option where you can click it and you can let people actually download and restream your stream, and they can monetize it and you don't care. But with my account, I actually don't have that checked, and I don't think it's checked by default, so I don't think you should have to worry about anything. But yeah, the way that I feel about it is that, you know, you made a deal with the video game developers, and you basically said, hey man, you know, they said, we want to use, you know, Jingle Bells in our game, and we're willing to pay you, you know, $600 to use Jingle Bells in our game. And you basically, yeah, sure, I'll take the $600 and you can use Jingle Bells in our game. Well, after that, it's a done deal. So if I'm playing the game and I'm streaming the game, and, you know, YouTube and the video game maker came to the, you know, the agreement that it's okay for people to stream their game, then yeah, I agree as well. You know, it should be okay for me to play that game and not have to worry about, you know, getting hit with a copyright infringement, because they already got paid to have their music put in the game. Now, if they weren't smart enough to realize that people were going to stream their game, well, you know, that's not my fault. You should have got a better lawyer. Should have asked for more money. Then again, who knows? Maybe they are the smart one. Maybe they knew it was going to happen, and they figured, hey, I'll just whack these kids when they play the game on YouTube, and then, you know, all these kids that are making God knows how many Rocket League videos, I can just sit here and collect all their money. So maybe they are smart. Who knows? But I've only ever had that happen once before, and that was with Osiris New Dawn, which is a game much similar to this. And the same thing happened when I was playing the game. I actually stepped away, and while I was away for an extended period of time. There really wasn't anybody really watching the stream. But then when the video had completed and got put onto the channel, it got hit with a copyright because at some point a song in that game played and it did the same thing. So after that, I did the same thing. It's just any time that I play Osiris New Dawn, I don't play the music in the game. I'll either just talk and have the sound effects, or I'll add a music track of my own into it and not have to worry about the copyright infringement. YouTube Junkie says streaming is advertising for them. You'd think it would be beneficial for them to allow it. Maybe I'm missing something. No, you're not missing something, dude. You're dead on it. And that's one of the reasons why I don't really understand why Nintendo would be so hard up on people about streaming their content on YouTube or Twitch or anything like that. I mean, hell, you know, I don't necessarily need an Elgato. I can go use Twitch and Twitch my Xbox games if I really wanted. And you can do the same thing on a PlayStation. So you would think Nintendo would be on board because it's free advertising, you know. Kids that want to play Pokemon and love Pokemon, if I go get the new Switch and I'm playing the new Pokemon game and I'm streaming it, yes, the kids are watching it, but it's not going to stop them from wanting to buy the game and play the game. It's going to make them want to buy the game and play the game because they like it. Mr. Sticks McGee says, I like it, with just SFX and no music. Hey man, sometimes that's the way to go. I actually did a video, and I believe it's still on the channel if you want to look for it and watch it. I actually do no commentary and just have the sound effects for Osiris New Dawn. And I think it was one of the first videos for that game I did. And I think I labeled it like, watch this with your volume up and your headsets on or something, is what I labeled the title of the video. Because I'll tell you what, man, it was scary as shit. I honestly, I was playing that game, and it was about now. It was like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's quiet, and everybody's sleeping, and I had my headsets on, and I'm playing, you know, the game, and that game is a creepy ass game, man. Woo. It made me jump a couple times. There's like these spider monkey looking monsters in it. Dude, they freaked me out. Mr. Sticks McGee says, never thought to do it before. It depends on the game. Some games, man, you turn the music, it actually will draw you further into the game than you think. Sometimes the music is a distraction. ACNL Master says, YouTube Junkie, I'm subbing to you for no reason now. Just because. No, there is a reason, Master. You know, the reason is because the community is awesome on YouTube. And when you get around the right guys and gals, they're just awesome people, man. And honestly, that's what I didn't believe that I was gonna like YouTube as much as I do. I had so much fun doing YouTube stuff. It's not even funny. It's a lot of work, but man, it's so fun. And when you get cool people in your chat channel, you know, and subscribing to your channel and commenting on your videos, and you know, it's awesome. In fact, I have one sub. I'll give him a shout out. Oh well, I'll just say he he requested some videos on games that I had. Cause sometimes I do what I call test streams. Sometimes you might see a video pop up, and it'll say test stream, and it'll be like a quick little video. And sometimes it's me trying out a new game on the stream to see how it looks, or I'm playing with settings to try to make a new game look better and stuff like that. And he saw Skyrim, and basically was like, hey man, you know, are you going to stream that? Because I'd really like to watch you stream that. And I was like, well, if you want me to, sure. So Croc, that's for you, man. I streamed I started Skyrim streams for him. He was really into it. So 13 individuals chilling in the room. Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining. It is a lovely early 12:08 a.m. Thursday morning, and you know what's so awesome about this day? It's my payday. It's my payday, boys and girls. Yeah, boy. Thank you for joining the stream. We're just kind of lollygagging at the moment. We are on the hunt for Korsigan and Bloodsbane and Sac Venom. We haven't had much success on finding those items, but we've been doing all sorts of other upgrades. We got a new multi-tool, pimped out, several exosuit upgrades, pimped out, built a little bit on our base, found a couple really cool planets. We definitely have picked up a lot of new schematics, I can tell you that for sure. And we're learning some language. And there you go. Just learned the word language. Couldn't have called that one. A CNL Master says, I am too young for payday. I feel left out. Well, you know what? It's never too young to start earning money. And you don't necessarily have to have a full-time job to earn money, or save money for that matter, because you should always be thinking about saving money. I wish I started saving money sooner than I did. There are 3 vast columns of words on the ancient structure, each written in a different alphabet. The first column's words are like savage runes scratched in sand. The second shows precise sequences of dots, with the final column has wide, welcoming letters almost appearing handwritten in hard stone. The dirt and blood of ancient handprints cover the base of each column. Do we want to touch the letters, dots, or runes? It says, Poi, learn magic. Limu na ya de yang glob, learn language. Well, unfortunately, I don't know enough to give us any hints, so I guess it's just going to be a random. Mr. Sticks McGee says, wow, glad I was able to witness that. ACNL Master, saving money, but my bad, need it for gas. Hey, that happens sometimes, friend. That happens sometimes. But you know what? It never hurts to help out family. I help out my family all the time. Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes I try. But I usually rarely ever say no. Except for my sister, because she won't watch my YouTube videos. And I'm going to tell her about this video specifically so she can watch it and hear me talk about how she won't watch my YouTube videos. Cigarettes? Yeah, cigarettes are tough, my friend. I've smoked for a very long time. Back at the beginning of the year, I started what they call vaping, which still isn't technically good for you, but it's better than cigarettes themselves. So I'm still proud of myself. I haven't had a actual cigarette since February 6th. And here it's December 15th, and I haven't had any cigarettes. And I live in a house of smokers, so that's even harder to not want one. And I did pretty good, so I'm proud. Sticks McGee, the language stone part, how you called it is what I meant. Honestly, Sticks McGee, with that language stone there, I think it doesn't matter which one you pick. It's going to give you something regardless. It gives you something different depending on which one you pick. So I don't think that one would actually not give you anything like some of the other ones. Luckily, my dad's quitting on Friday. Well, I'll tell you what, AC Master, it is hard. So do cut him some slack, because I'm sure there might be a time he may slip. It happens. But that's cool. YouTube Junkie, congrats, man. Keep at it. I'm trying, man. I am. I've been doing really good with it, and I'm pretty proud. I don't know if you guys know a lot about vaping, but you can actually control the amount of nicotine that is in the liquid that you vape. And I've actually downgraded several times since I started vaping, so I'm all the way down on a 3% nicotine level, which there's only 2 more steps. I can either go 1.5 or nothing. So I'm doing pretty good. He's having surgery, so he has to quit. Yeah, sometimes that happens. My girlfriend had cancer. We found out she had cancer several months back, and it wasn't smoking related. It had nothing to do with her smoking, but she just started to vape because she saw that I was doing good with it. And then shortly after her starting to vape, she found out about the cancer, so she gave up everything, and now she's doing rather well. She don't have any issues currently. The last couple of times she went to the doctors, everything's been going really good for her. So we're really happy with that. And she doesn't vape or smoke anymore, so we're really happy with that. I see you. Hey, Remington Reeves. Remember when you were on that Christmas live stream, the one with the gambling? Yes, ma'am, I do. Or, sir, ma'am. I can't tell with your picture. It's hard to tell. Sorry. Don't mean to offend. Here, let me look at these numbers real quick. 463463443446. What's next in the sequence? What type of cancer? It was called Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 2 BE, or I think it was BE. It was really long. That's your dog. I'm a guy. Thank you for clearing that up. No, seriously, I appreciate that. I don't ever want to have to call somebody by the wrong thing. So welcome to the channel. I see you. I see you too. How are you doing? I do remember you from earlier today. I am doing well. I got home from work a little bit ago and launched my stream, and we're just hanging out, having some fun, and shooting some bull crap, talking games, TV shows, movies, you name it. We're having fun. I know all cancer is bad, but I know some are easier to get rid of than others. That is true, and although she had what they considered a very, very rare cancer for her and her age and whatnot, they did tell her that not to worry too much and she should be okay. Want to know the trick for the puzzles? Sure. Jensen saying hit 4463 already. Okay. Sorry, I was more focused on our conversation than the numbers. But always appreciated, Jensen. Much appreciated. Sometimes I get wrapped up in everything else that's going on, so it's kind of hard for me to sit there and do logic puzzles and math when stuff's going on. But yes, she had Hodgkin's lymphoma stage 2 BE, and basically what it was is it was cancer Is that one? I have one. No, that's two. All right. She had cancer. Basically, it was in her upper right quadrant, which is basically in her chest, on the right side, in the front, but not the side of your heart, when opposite. So it wasn't near her heart. It was on the other side. But she went through chemotherapy, and luckily she did very good. And the chemo, even though it was tough, it didn't beat her up too bad, and she's been doing really good.
Units received.
The numbers keep cycling to the left one digit at a time. That's the key. Awesome. I know a lot of them were like that, but some of them are different. But most of the number ones are all like that. You are correct, sir. Your dog is snoring. He's 5 pounds. I got a couple dogs too. They're my sister's dogs. One is a pug slash beagle. And the other one I think is like a Pomeranian. Yes, I know, but just wanted to make sure you got the right one. Lost my dad myself a few years ago to cancer. Yeah, it's tough. A lot of my family on my mother's side had issues with cancer. I actually have lost several uncles and aunts, all to various forms of cancer. And wow, that guy is way up in my face. So yeah, cancer is something that we don't really particularly like in our family. I'm sure no family likes cancer, but our family really doesn't like cancer. What do you call a meowing? Mountain? Specific for those four? Yeah, for the 4-digit puzzles, yeah, it's usually a cycling thing. I gotta hide in my ship before these sentinels decide they want to shoot me in the face. I'm not too sentinel friendly, I guess you could say. I have a habit of shooting them.
Technology recharge.
They won't leave me alone.
Technology recharge.
Not doing too bad. Topping off all our gas tanks. Let's go ahead and get out of here. I guess we can go check out that ruin. I think this is a new ruin, so we'll go check that real quick, and then I think we might break atmosphere and take a look at the next planet. This planet's been pretty fruitful. Hasn't gave me what we need, but it's gave some nice stuff. Your dog's a Yorkshire Terrier, and your cat is about 30 pounds. And your dog hates it. It scares the crap out of him. Yeah, my dogs are both this. Well, the one's a huge, fat, flubbery bastard, but the other one's a little ankle biter, it's like the size of a shoe, and it thinks it's a pit bull. So anytime anybody that it doesn't know comes around, it wants to like eat you, and everybody just laughs and giggles and thinks it's funny, but then she actually tries to bite them. I see you, says, got to go to work, about to have a 9-hour shift. I'll try to check back in at work. Well, we'll be on for a little bit longer. Been on for about 3 hours now, but I think I'll probably be on for a little bit longer. But if I don't catch you later on in this stream, I should be on tomorrow, probably around the same time. So if you want to check me out, feel free. I much appreciate it, and I would love to have you. Worst case scenario, if you do have an issue catching me, you can always go to the main channel page, and if you go up to the top there should be a Twitter and a Facebook link. Just go ahead and smack on one of them and follow me, and anytime that I decide to do a stream, you should get notified either on Twitter or Facebook that I'm getting online to do a stream. So I'll see you later. I see you. And have fun at work. Your dog is the same. I think all small dogs are pretty much like that. They all think that they're huge. The only dogs I have ever noticed that aren't like that, my one friend had Chihuahuas, and they still think they're a big dog, and they do lots and lots of barking, but they like to run and hide too. And it was funny because anytime I'd ever go over to my friend's house, um, as soon as he opened the door to let me into the house, the dog would run and hide underneath of the couch, and that's all you would hear the whole time I was there. But like the muffled bark because it was under the couch, and I'm like, man, does that thing ever stop? And he's like, not really. I'm like, why did you ever get that dog, man? And he's like, I had to save it and needed help. And I'm like, yeah. But if you knew it was gonna be that way, you might have gave it to somebody. Excuse me there, guys. Had to grab my Pepsi. Ooh, that's new. Let's take a look at that. This place has got all sorts of weird stuff on this planet. Tons of monoliths, and I believe we are in a Viking system, so I'm pretty sure that most of these should be Viking. Hopefully by the time we leave this area, we'll probably have a decent amount of words for any kind of Viking conversations we might have. Although I am not sure exactly how extensive Hello Games made these language for the characters, so it quite possibly could be huge. Ashes of the Pussy Trap. Trap. The body of a warrior emerges from the obelisk, a jagged tear in the midriff suggesting that the dangerous-looking multi-tool that sits in their hand was not enough to save them. The surface of the sculpted rock blurs and shows images of military workmanship. It's trying to tell me something. Do we take the multi-tool and leave, or do we bury the soldier and the multi-tool? I'm going to leave this one up to you guys. I've never actually came across this before. So, let's see. Well, let's read what it says. It says, respect Naya, warrior, respect Hibian, weapon. I'm assuming he wants me to bury him and the multi-tool. That's my assumption. What do you guys think? YouTube Junkie says he wishes his enemies. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I think a lot of the, excuse me, I think a lot of these scenarios that you run into on these like monoliths and stuff like that, they're very descriptive and they sound like some really cool interactions if they were to animate them, and they don't, and it's probably had to do with money, I'm sure, you know, in time. But I think some of this stuff, if they were to actually animate it, would look really freaking cool. Bury equals respect. Bury equals respect. Everybody's saying bury equals respect. That's what I'm thinking. Let's give it a shot. Ancient voices howl their appreciation in a wind that whips around me, and an offering emerges from the monolith. You guys were right. That's because you're so smart, man. That's why. Well, it gave me max health. Gave me new words for beyond. Gave me an effigy. That's actually probably quite a bit of a payout. That's pretty cool. Awesome. One thing that I think that the game does lack, and I'm not sure if they've talked about it at all or not, and they may have, because I haven't really watched a lot of the newer news because they haven't really put out a lot of information. I feel like there needs to be more NPC sentient life. Like, where's the Gek cities? Where's the Viking cities? Where are the other cities of, you know, cultures that are in the universe? I mean, you know, if there's sentient, intelligent life, and obviously we know of at least, if we don't include ourselves, well, if we include ourselves and say that we're not one of the known races, that means there's 4 races including ourselves. And it's like you would think that there would be planets that are colonized by the races. And that's what I would like to run into. I'd like to run into an actual city where there's a bunch of, you know, even if they're all NPCs, just a bunch of Geks walking around, and a couple of different shops. Maybe there's Geks that sell Gek weapons and stuff like that. Heck, even if they didn't want to put them on a planet to begin with, it would still have been nice. Like if they had like a like they put a lot more on the freighters. Like, you know, you see like probably 5 or 6 dudes chilling on the freighter, and they did add a couple more dudes on the space station. But it's like, man, give me like an actual colony, because if you were going to go visit a space station, there'd probably be at least, you know, a couple dozen people living there, I would hope. New multi-tool, 16 slots versus my 14 slots for a mere 110,000 units. Alrighty, well, let's take a quick look at what we have here. Not too shabby. Our current tool is a little bit more geared up for mining, but the 2 slots is pretty nice. I think I'm going to take it, but I'm going to be smart, and I'm going to go ahead and break my crap down as long as I got the storage room for it. Jensen's saying that there is a plasma launcher on the new one. Plasma launcher. Nice. Awesome. So let's go ahead and pick up our new multi-tool. Now we scrapped all the other stuff. Now we got us another upgrade. Farming lube up to just under 6 mil after purchasing my first freighter today. Yeah, farming lube seems to be the thing, man, and I wouldn't mind getting in on that action too, and I'm hoping that they don't nerf it. Hello Games doesn't seem like the type of people that do any kind of hot patches or anything like that, so I'm hoping it'll be around for a little while. But it's probably going to take me some time to get there, unfortunately. I haven't had much luck finding my farmer, which is going to be one of my first hurdles to get over. And I don't know if that might be due to the fact that I got to get further along with the other 3 guys before the farmer guy shows up, perhaps. But that's why we're looking for the Corsigan and the Bloodsbane with the sac venom, is to try to further along the progress with those current employees. But that's pretty dope, man. We actually got 2 upgrades on the multi-tool today. Let's go ahead and check this terminal. See what they're offering to buy. Maybe we'll get lucky. No. Quite a bit, but nothing that we're needing. Let's see if we can sell some stuff here. We can get rid of the effigies. That'll make some room. The Fervidium I don't necessarily need at the moment. I don't know how rare that is. we don't have a lot of it, so let's go ahead and just get rid of it to give us some room. Alright, dude, gots to go to bed. See ya. Alright, ACNL Master, I will check you out later, man. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you enjoyed your time chilling, and we will see you perhaps tomorrow. It has to do with the race of the system. Yeah, perhaps. I've ran across Gek in the space stations, so I assume they should have the farmer there, but he wasn't. So I don't know. Maybe they were just chilling with the Corvax in a Corvax system or something, perhaps with the construction guys. So I haven't quite been lucky enough to find the farmer yet. I've seen a couple other Geks, but they all turned out to be more contractors. Well, I think we got all we need from him. Head on back outside. Take a quick look at these boxes. I'm surprised this planet's actually provided so much. I've been so used to most of our plans so far that we've had to hit, come across. We're pretty barren. They really haven't gave us much. This is only the second place I think we've gone to that have actually spent a decent amount of time on looking for stuff and finding things. Alright, there's an operations center and a monolith and space station. So let's go ahead and head to the space station. I think I'm going to make another quick trip back over to our base now that we found some more of that antrium, and hopefully we can make another storage unit. Last time we went there I was under the assumption I had it, but I must have sold it by accident or dropped it perhaps. But I know we have plenty this time. If we get lucky, we might be able to make 2. There will always be a Gek construction specialist in every station. When you find one with all Gek, you know you have your farmer. Awesome. I'll have to keep a lookout then. Oh no. Getting bamboozled by the pirates. Hang out. Oh no. Bear with me, guys. Trying to not to get blown up by the pirates. I'm kind of bad at dogfighting, so when we start getting into these dogfights, I get a little quiet. Because I'm trying to not die. Oh, that hurts so bad. Really? That's all you gave me?
Technology recharge. Hostile ships defeated.
Yeah, that's what you get. Ooh, that was a close call. I seriously gotta upgrade my crap.
Recharge. Technology recharge.
Just burned through a whole supply of stuff too. Man. But we survived. That's all that matters, I suppose. And I think I might have passed our space station. Nope, there it is. Selling 20 lube for 782,775 units. I don't know what's more disturbing, the fact that you're making that much money off of lube, or the fact that you're selling lube that much. Holy moly. Holy, that's a whole lot of lube. We must be living in a seriously deprived galaxy. No, it's not the Corvax. It's gotta be the Gex. It's in demand. The Gex demand it. They start getting around that Gek nip and get all freaky deaky. Both. He says both. Alrighty, here we go. I'm gonna go back to the planet Hoth, where I have my base. Jensen says, time for me to pack it up and go home. I'll see if you're still here when I get home, or catch you tomorrow. Thanks for streaming and chatting. No problem, Jensen, man. Thank you for hanging out with us. And yeah, I'm not sure how much longer I'm gonna be on, but worst case scenario, like I said, you guys can always check out my Twitter and Facebook. That'll notify you when I'm on, and chances are I probably will be on tomorrow. So maybe I'll see you then. Thanks for hanging out and subscribing. The Geknip, that's great. Yeah, man. I can't. Damn druggies. Had to put drugs in the game. Alright, so we need iron and voltaic cells. And I know I got the cells I can make. I should be able to make them now.
Product constructed.
I do, however, think I might not have enough iron. I think I did use all the iron to fix the ship after that battle, so I might, again, be in trouble here. But at least the iron's the easy part to get. So, not a total loss. I just wish I kind of knew that was coming before I got here. Well, let me give you guys a tour since we're here. For those that haven't been to my wonderful base. Pretty simple. It's on a lovely planet that's cold, but not too cold, thank God. This was the nicest planet that I could find up until now that offered a base. We did create a storage unit, and unfortunately it's only got 5 slots, which I think is kind of bogus, but hey, it is what it is. I don't think I have any. Well, I could put the atrium in there. There we go. Now, from what I understand, I believe that they can hold, is it 1,000? I think they can hold 1,000 units of material, which isn't bad. But the amount of slots does kind of stink. So, our goal right now has been to make another one of them, so that way, since we have such a crappy shape and exosuit, we can put stuff in the storage units. And of course, this is Wanker Bob, the construction unit, or construction Gek. And then here's our Korvac scientist guy, that's Dingleberry. And then we did hire our Viking armor, whose name is Dung. And over here we did build our farming counter. We just haven't found Farmer Bob yet, or Farmer John. So we're working on it. He wanted, what did he want? Yeah, he wanted the Corsican, which is extracted from Skyward. He wanted the Bloodsbane sac venom. And he wants the circuit board. So once we get the sac venom, we can make the circuit board, which will make him happy and progress him. And then we just need to keep an eye out for that Corsican for him. So that's pretty much what we've been hunting for. Haven't gotten any more than 5 in any of mine yet, and yes, 1,000 is the top, or 10 voltaic cell type items. Well, what I'm hoping to do is to mostly is to store a lot of the stuff that you go through a lot, you know, things like iron and whatnot. So that way, anything that has any kind of large quantity that you're always going to need and usually have a bunch of, I'll have probably in my storage units. I still don't think this is going to be our final base. I think once I find a nicer place than this, I'm probably going to ditch this place anyway. So I'm not like totally worried about making this place super awesome. Once I find a planet that I'm like really happy with where the base location is, then I'll probably go more full-fledged on trying to make something like super nice and properly laid out and all that kind of stuff. But so far, every planet that I've found, which I think we're probably around like 4 or 5 bases is what I've located so far, have all turned out to be like extreme planets. They all have had either extreme weather or extreme sentinels or both. And some of them, when you stepped outside, the weather was so bad that literally you probably would only last about 30 seconds before the life bar would be completely empty. So so far we've been pretty fortunate with this place. I haven't really explored the planet very much, but I don't die or get shot when I walked out the front door, so I thought it was definitely a step in the right direction. YouTube Junkie says I color code my storage boxes to help with my organization. Yeah, I think once I get to the point where I'm in a more of a permanent structure, where I'm content with everything, I'll probably do the same. Like I'll have everything all set up nice and neat and color coded and organized myself, just so that way as I start to get more into the farming the lube and things like that, it'll make things go a lot smoother and easier. You know what, I did not check our multi-tool again, did I? But I think I just dumped a lot of stuff. Yeah. We can still pimp out the multi-tool a little bit more, but we need material. Well, let's take a quick look and see. Well, let's hit this dude up here first, since he's right here. I might cheat and just see about buying a little bit of iron and going back and building those storage units, because I really wanted to get those storage units built this evening, and I've been epically failing at it. And unfortunately, he does not offer any iron, because he knows I want it. It's the curse of the No Man's Sky algorithm. It saw that I wanted iron, so therefore it's not going to offer the iron. Dude, are you a farmer? Pretty cool looking though. You're a constructionist. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna call you Wanker Bob, and you're gonna fire the other Wanker Bob. If you're cool with that, you're hired. I just like you because you look like you got that cool ass Naruto ninja headband thing kind of going on. And I'm kind of digging your buggy eyes. Nah, the other guys are Viking. We don't need to talk to them. And unfortunately, they aren't offering any iron on the Galactic Terminal either, which means I would have to do it the old-fashioned way and go on outside and shoot a couple asteroids. Shouldn't take me too terribly long to accumulate a couple asteroids. I only need, I think, probably about 100 iron, so we'll bang it out real quick. We'll go build these boxes, and then I think I'll probably call it a day after that. And that should be a pretty good stream. We made a lot of progress today, and we're catching up pretty quick to where we want to be at. Here we go. Again, while I got this opportunity and we're just kind of relaxing and not too much is going on, I do want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Oop, I gotta make some inventory here real quick. Hang on a second. Yeah, just double check I didn't lose those things. Alright, before I was rudely interrupted, like I was saying, while we're just sitting here chilling and I'm collecting some iron, I wanted to take this opportunity and thank you guys for hanging out with me today. It does mean a lot. I hope you did enjoy the stream and the conversations that we've had here in our chat channel. It's very much appreciated. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, it'd mean a lot if you did. Also smack that like button if perhaps you've already forgotten about it. That also helps out considerably. We are trying to do at least a single daily stream per day. We're going to try to stick to that schedule as much as possible. Possibly in the future, we're hoping to do one edited, uploaded video per week. That's going to probably wait until after the holidays. You guys, if you haven't heard already, on the main page at the top in the banner, you can find my Twitter and Facebook link. You can always smack one of those up as well, and they will let you know when I get on into a live stream, so you can come and join the chat and have some fun. I also have a variety of other streams up on the channel for some other games as well. You're always more than welcome to... Ooh, that's hard to pass up, but I'm going to say no thank you. 100 grand bounty's nice, but I don't want to die. No, YouTube Junkie, this is actually on PC. I do have an Xbox One with a bunch of games, but I don't stream off of it. I am debating on picking up an Elgato HD60 and hooking up the Xbox for streaming that way. I don't generally do Twitch. I'm usually on YouTube. However, I do use restream from time to time, and I have a Twitch channel. And what I used to do before my system crashed was that I would simulcast Twitch and YouTube, so that way people that were on Twitch that didn't use YouTube could still find me and watch the streams. And I'm in the process of setting all that back up. But before I went ahead and started adding all the things like my camera and stuff and putting more strain on the stream, I've been trying to dial in my settings on the stream, because with the new monitor and the new graphics card and the new RAM that I got, and I recently had just updated to Windows 10, which was part of the issue that I was having. It was giving me tons of problems. I'm trying to make sure that my stream is good, so that way I'm not overburdening you guys from being able to see a good quality stream. I don't want you guys having to buffer and things like that. So I'm trying to find out what works best for everybody. You are seeing controller prompts, but that's because I'm using a Logitech controller. I do want to switch over to the Xbox One controller though. My buddy said that you can plug it in and it's pretty much plug and play now. Before, I know you used to have dongles and stuff, but he's saying that that's not the case so much anymore, and I should be able to. Oh, don't tell me I just put that right there. Did I? I did, didn't I? That sucks. I did not want to put it there. Yay! Quick finger McGee. Oh, and they don't let you move those either. I don't think you can pick them up and move them again. You can dismantle it and rebuild it. Alright, that's cool. I'll do that later. I'm not going to do that right now. Yeah, my friend said that you can pretty much take the wire and your wireless controller, and you can more or less just plug the USB plug with your controller right into your PC, and with Windows 10, it should pick up the drivers and work without any issues. So I was like, well, that's awesome, because this little Logitech controller is not bad, but the analog sticks sometimes. I mean, it's brand new, but it's just, you know, it's a cheap controller compared to something like an Xbox or PS4 controller. So I just need to go into the room and pull it out and plug it in and start using that instead, so that way things aren't as jerky sometimes. Let's take just a quick look. We can throw that over there. Cool. I think I had enough to build another one, and I stopped because I was afraid. And now it says 0 available to build. Well, yeah, it still says 0 available. Alright, no problem. I'm pretty sure I got it. I probably just got to pull the mats out and have them on me or something. But yeah, so I got some stuff that I got to deal with first, and I'll probably get my stuff going. My goals, hopefully, I mean, the end of the year is not that much further. You're only talking about 2 weeks, but within the next 2 weeks, I'm probably going to go ahead and get like the Xbox controller set up and make sure that works properly. Stop using the Logitech controller, get my cam back up, and get the feed going on that, so that way you guys can actually see my camera and stuff with that. And then I might set restream back up so that way I can simulcast to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I also got to get my Nightbot back going so that way he can moderate the chat channels so that way anybody coming in that's trying to cause trouble, the Nightbot can deal with him. So I got a lot of different things I'm working on in the background um, when I'm not working and also when I'm not on the stream. So like you said before, there's a lot to it that you don't think about. I'm working on getting a lot of copyright free music, not just cheesy stuff, like decent playlists that are copyright free so I can, have that music for when I go AFK and if I'm playing a game that I have the volume of the music turned off, it can play at a low volume and all that kind of stuff. um, I need to get all of my like standby screens, my scenes for OBS back. I used to have like over a dozen scenes made. Some for specific games, some were just generic for like, if I was taking a potty break or if I was having a technical issue. So there's a lot of stuff, that I'm working on that I think will help the channel a million times over, but it just takes time, and I don't want to throw too much out at once because I don't want to degrade the quality of everything that's going on because too much is going on. Yeah, I use the OBS. I use the studio version, not the classic, the studio. I thought about using XSplit, but I didn't want to have to pay, the monthly fee for XSplit, especially if it wasn't going to turn into something where, I was going to have enough money coming in from the channel to pay for itself. And then I found out that a lot of people prefer OBS anyway. It's just it has a little bit of a harder learning curve. So I opted to go with OBS. And there's a lot of good videos on YouTube, and there's some good stuff on Reddit and some other sources that that's been helping me dial in what's going on with the settings and whatnot. Plus I got a lot of other stuff that I gotta go check. I got a Patreon account for donations that I gotta, update that information. I gotta make sure that I finish setting up my donation for the YouTube page on the main channel. Um, I have t-shirts and hats that I'm looking into. I haven't really been worried about trying to do any kind of marketing for t-shirts and hats because I don't have a huge following. But I did have somebody actually ask me the other day. They were like, "Hey man, you got a really cool logo. I like your logo. It looks like the old Nintendo cartridges." And I was like, "Yeah, well that's what I based it off of." I said, I handmade that with Photoshop. I said, but I based it off of the design from the old 8-bit cartridges. And he was like, that'd be pretty badass if you had that on a hat. And I was like, yeah, that would be. So, I have my friend, he does t-shirts. So, like, I already know how to do the stuff. It's just a matter of having the time to do it and getting around to doing it. But I'm kind of more geared on just having fun with it and playing with it. And I figured if the channel ever got that big, then I would worry about trying to do the marketing and stuff like that. So, I work a full-time job, and that alone, it takes up a lot of time. So, trying to do YouTube as a business is difficult. And if you're a solo act, which I am, it's even harder. So a lot of these guys out there, they're lucky because um, they have a couple people helping them. And when you're by yourself completely, it's pretty difficult. Yeah, man, I'm even more than happy to hook up with you and check OBS settings out and stuff and compare what the setups and whatnot. I'm more than happy to help you out or, maybe even make my settings better. I'm all down for it. Um, Usually, like I said, I'm trying to do a stream at least once a day, and I'm usually goofing off a little bit before, and I usually goof off a little bit after, because usually before the stream, I try to make sure everything's good, and usually I'll go check out some of my subs and make some comments and maybe check out some videos and stuff like that. And then I'll do the stream, and then after the stream, while I'm kind of waiting for everybody to settle down and like when the stream's processing and stuff like that, and I'm waiting to kind of like finalize my tags and all that kind of stuff, I'll usually go and check out some people's channels and do some comments and stuff too. And then I'll try to tag my stuff up, and then I'll usually call it a night and go to bed. So tonight I ran a little bit later than I wanted to, but we were having a lot of fun, and a lot of you guys were hanging out and sticking it out and watching the stream. And when the chat's bumping and you get a lot of people in your room and having good conversations and stuff, it's hard to stop streaming because you're having a lot of fun. So I was just like, I'll roll with it. I like seeing other people's settings. I did you, Mr. Stream Man. I'll try and hang out more going forward. Dig your stream. Yeah, the autocorrect is a pain in the butt sometimes. But yeah, man, I'm glad you had fun. I'm a pretty talkative guy, and I always have tons of stories and stuff. And there's a handful of guys that that hang out pretty regularly, and they're a lot of good dudes. And um, we talk about all sorts of stuff on my channel. We do TV shows and movies and comics and video games and pretty much whatever. And you're always bound to run into somebody that can always give you a hand with something too. So, if you're having issues with something, feel free to always hit somebody up, man. Like I said, I'm not just into No Man's Sky. I got tons of other stuff up on the channel, and right now I've been running mostly No Man's Sky, Rocket League, Skyrim. Were the three most recent games that I've been playing. But like I said, I probably got around like 30 games on my Steam account, which is another thing I got to do. What I want to do too is I think I'm probably gonna on the channel. I'm probably gonna throw a link up on for my Steam, so that way when you guys, if you are playing games that I play and you want to actually play with me, I'm always down for that too. Like if I get subs that want to actually play, I'll actually, I think that's cool. So I'm thinking about linking my Steam account to the channel, so that way you guys can friend me on Steam, and we can play Steam games together. And then I'm also debating on if I want to hook up um, my Discord channel again, because I have the Discord channel. And then I'm also debating on if I want to put my game for my gamer for Xbox up there, so that way you guys can hook up with me on the Xbox Live. And then I'm also debating on if I want to put my Apple gaming ID up for mobile games. But I don't really play a lot of mobile games, so I think that putting up my Apple gamer tag's probably going to be a little bit silly. But the Xbox Live and the other stuff, um, if you guys want to hook up on that stuff too, I'm thinking about putting that stuff up on my channel banner too, so you guys can hook up with me that way as well. Yeah, YouTube is a big community, and it seems like a lot of the people in the community are really friendly, and it's crazy some of the people you meet when you're doing the streams and playing, because you can meet somebody who is a doctor one night that loves video games, and the next day you can be talking to, an old timer Vietnam vet guy, and then the next day you can be talking to a college kid, and the next day you can be talking to a 6-year-old dude that lives in Ireland. I got a young kid that when I time my streams right, he watches me from Ireland, which is really cool. I got a couple kids in England and a couple kids in Ireland that like to watch, so they're always a hoot. But I think on that note, we had a pretty good stream today, almost 4 hours. Got a lot accomplished in the game, and met a lot of really cool people like YouTube Junkie, and had some old subs come back like Redbeard, and he's always a hoot. And it was pretty fun. But on that note, I think I'm going to end the stream tonight. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, like the channel, smack the like button, and I'll see y'all in the next video. So, good night.